Hello, everybody. So great to have you here. Whether or not you're actually here or watching on the replay, I'm just glad to have you here. It is Sunday morning, 9:12 a.m. at time of recording / time of going live. This is your host, Paul Gaither. I'm sitting here in the wonderful city of Lima, Peru, drinking my latte on this cold morning. You say, Paul, how is it cold in the month of June, nearly July? Isn't that summertime? I say, yes, sir, in the northern hemisphere. Down here, it is cold. And so I'm so glad to have a nice warm cup of latte. I don't know if you can hear the spoon stirring, if the Foley picks up that sound, but so good. This is Madden NFL 2003. We got custom playbooks. I'm just happy to be your host here. Set that cup of coffee down. Good energy. Got my chores done, and it's time to kick back and relax with some old school retro football. Here we are previewing our playbook. And we're not going to go through everything in great detail, but we have been messing with single back 2x2, two receivers, tight end receiver on the other side, 2x2, 3x1 or 1x3 in this case, and then 3x1 over here. This 1x3 has a single isolated wide receiver, then with a tight end and a pair of wide receivers on the other side, whereas this is not labeled as a bunch, but it functionally is a bunch, and it has the three wide receivers bunched up with a tight end all alone on the other side of the field. We've taken a look at split backs, three wide receivers, or I should say at least I've taken a look at it. I don't think I've actually messed with it against, how should I say, like on camera. I was going to say against the computer, on the camera. But we might, and there's already a couple plays that I might take out of the book because I still don't think the computer is going to handle it too well. And then we're looking at weak eye twins. This is the first time that we're not going three wide receivers. You see with split backs. A passing formation that even Madden himself says so in the Madden 101 drills that we have in Madden 2003. We're taking the tight end off the field. We're having a fullback on the field, but we're splitting those backs so that they can be receiving threats out of the backfield, and yet still the opportunity to hand it off. Going left with halfback blast, going right with fullback dive. Either of them could be a running threat. Tossing it to the left, taking it off tackle, whatever the case may be. Here we have 3, 6, 9 plays out of this book, or out of this formation. We've got a slants combo. There was a combination very similar to slants in terms of the art. X and B ran more of posts, and A ran more of a quick out, like a 5-yard out, and L still went on his route, so functionally they were just like deeper versions of the same concept. I found slants to be more enjoyable just in terms of my fun with the West Coast offense, and also just the operation of the computer, getting those slant breaking routes, getting them inside quickly. So with two concepts that are very similar, we just kept the one that was useful. Deep slants is a lot of fun. You also notice in my organization, I've got my L button, my halfback, flaring out to the left on the left-hand side of the map, or the play map. And then here, the B button play when you're calling plays is deep slants. And this one has the fullback, the right-hand side, the B button on the D-pad, the one going out to the flats. So I also like to organize like that whenever possible. Here, drag in is a play where, again, a lot of my targets, most of my targets are going from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen, be that the halfback flaring out, the drag underneath, the post in the middle. Like, everything is going in the leftward direction, whereas things are going in the rightward direction. Here you can say, well, L is going outside. Yes, we've got a little bit of a dragging combo here. X and L in a little bit of a dragging combo. But on the right-hand side, we've basically got a seam route, and then the deep outs to the right-hand side. And then the final page of plays here has the zigzag route. So you've got the X just all alone on a little curling route, and then you've got a double move here by A, which is the primary, and then R button, the fullback, running the streak, and B, running the streak down the field. If there is a page that I were to remove, it would be these 3 plays, especially for the computer, if I'm letting the computer call plays, which is another issue that I'm going to talk about today. Is I don't think I'm going to use custom playbooks for the computer. I think we're only going to use them for the user. And that kind of reevaluates like what plays we're going to have in the book, because we talked about, oh, this is a user play, that's a user play, whatever. We might have to revisit them, or at least off camera, revisit them at another point, because I find that using the custom playbooks, the computer isn't calling plays like we like it to. However, that brings up another layer deep in that conversation, which is to say, human user play calling, but pressing the A button to snap it and letting the computer awareness of the quarterback and the running backs and stuff do their job. So in that case, it's still kind of a form of coaching mode without actual direct user input. Either way, off tackle is a lot of fun to run as a user. Quick toss is a lot of fun to run as a user. I don't think the computer knows when to call it, how to call it, when to get out of it, whatever. So if I were to remove it for the computer to take over all play calling duties, these would be gone. Otherwise, I still think these work functionally in that way. And now what we're going to really get into and test today at this point is going to take a look at weak eye twins wide receivers. So you can see on the screen we have 73 out of 81 plays, and there's no way we're going to keep that number by the end of this session here. And you can see right away it's an unsorted, untested book. I've just piled up a whole bunch of plays, and that's where we got ourselves. I didn't go through every single book, but I want to say I was getting close to, like, I go from the bottom to the top, and I'm pretty sure I got somewhere around Dave Wanstedt. And I think, maybe we can even take a look at it right now, but I think I've picked every single play that's possible out of that formation. So I'm pressing down on the left thumbstick and down on the D-pad at the same time. Yeah, you can see that Dave Wanstedt's package has a lot of the plays in it. Take a look at Dick Vermeil. There's just a few to go, so why not scroll through them and just talk about it. But I think I've included potentially every possible play that this set has. As I was going through, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go through every single playbook, but that was the other night. So maybe we should just finish the run and see if there's anything left behind. Right? But that's the goal, is to do the same things that we've been working on in previous sessions. To go in and find what works, what doesn't work, what the computer can handle, and get ourselves a cohesive playbook. So we can see again, weak eye. So also just information here. The left-hand side has all the plays. The right-hand side tells us the formation. It's sorted alphabetically, and weak eye is going to be towards the bottom, and there's no fast way down it. And there we go. Here is a weak eye twins wide receiver, but every single play we've already included. So let's just kind of jam through these last ones. I'm pretty sure I have. I don't want to waste your time. I want to respect your time as a viewer, but I just know that the completionist in me wants to just double check that I haven't left one or two plays unmarked. Because towards the very bottom of the list of playbooks, I got most of them. I was at 71 out of the 73 I have now, and it took, I think, the Dave Wanstedt book or another book to get number 72 and number 73 on that list. So part of me is just like, maybe there's like one or two plays that we might even end up removing. Might be hiding in there, possibly. And here again, you can see we have all the plays. So what do we have to look at? Dallas through Arizona. That's not too many. And then we'll just start testing out runs, and then we'll continue with the various passes, play actions, and things like that. And weak eye normal, no. Cleveland, Butch Davis. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations? I like this weak eye twins formation. One of the things is, I guess we should talk about here since we're scrolling, and just give you some good entertainment here, is we've got single eye big. So you've got like everyone to the right, the fullback to the right, the wide receiver to the right, all of that. And obviously you can flip it to the left. Only one player to the left, and that is the tight end. I do not find strong eye twins, meaning taking the wide receiver that's on the right and putting them on the left like we do in weak eye twins. We've got strong eye normal, we've got strong eye big, we've got weak eye normal. And I have not seen Strong Eye Twins, and I love Strong Eye Twins in All Pro Football 2K8. It's a formation that I have never seen in Madden 2003. It probably doesn't exist. And when we're talking about building a formation, it might be a formation that we build, folks. That would be a definition. Put a formation in a game that doesn't otherwise exist. I think we just looked at Cincinnati, right? We did Butch Davis and then Cincinnati, right? So if you're saying, like, which formation should you create? Like, we can create wild formations. We can use the Monsters Madden playbook. You give the creator credit for 20 plus years ago. But otherwise, use their work. And also, just make real-life formations that don't yet exist in this game that pretty much otherwise should. See, we have I-form twins. We've got weak-eye twins, but I don't see, and I haven't seen, strong-eye twins. Buffalo, Baltimore. We've only got 3 more books to look at, and I'm pretty sure I was right. Just love to be a completionist and double check everything. Okay. Atlanta. And then Arizona, right? Yep. Okay. You see strong eye normal, strong eye 3 wide receivers, right? Strong eye 3 wide receivers. All of that. And here's weak eye twins without a single new play to look at. So you know what might be fun here is to go to strong eye normal. Where is just a good old run, like halfback off tackle? Let us add that play to that play set. Let's hit save our playbook. And this isn't a huge deal, but let's go to create formation. And let's go to strong eye normal. And the other one is strong eye would be twins wide receiver, right? So where is he located? 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes and down. Right? So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes and down. And we're going to have that be wide receiver number 1. Right? And then where is done? Strong eye normal. Arrow keys. Say back. No. We can go one more here. And we can say twins. And it fits. There's Denny. Let's go. Good morning. Love the same Flex Fire coffee cup instead of the beers, right? Let's go, Denny. All right. Speaking of which, stir in the coffee right here. Don't want it to get too cold on this cold morning. Oh, it's just right. It's just right. I might be sipping on a lot of coffee right now because that temperature is just right. All right. So, modify playbook. I wonder if I go to strong eye normal and I pick more plays, will I actually have strong eye normal as a different formation? Or will it start to... Oh, it's funny, they don't even have it. I think this is where I got the play from. Just, this is a quick, interesting test. Am I only going to have the plays of strong eye normal, or is it going to actually adjust the play? Like, what is it going to be like here? Right? Okay, see, now, if I go back like this, and if I say, see, strong eye normal, you get it? All we did was change the location, and it messed up like the art all the way. That is so weird. That's so interesting. That is so interesting. That it's worth taking potentially a formation like Weak Eye Twins, and then like moving the wide receiver or moving the fullback over or something. That's so interesting. If I just go into Strong Eye, Twins, whatever, and if I say, is there any kind of editing? Oh, I can hit test play. Oh, so I switched the camera over to the zoom camera, just for fun. And I like it, but I also like the Madden Classic. And here we go. We're off to the races. Right? It's interesting. Like, just call all the plays in that formation and then change the formation. Why is the tight end standing up? That's so interesting. Is he standing up in the other formation? Yeah, the obvious read here is the down lineman. That we can't go into replay because it's test play. But it's so fascinating. But yes, as you can see by the design of the formation, I like this because when it pulls the corner to cover Bradford, which they don't do in this game so much, it gives you an opportunity where you have fewer defenders on the strong side, and the weak side being the two wide receiver side. So you're using formation to do it, and if they don't man up against the receiver, you try to have route combinations that take advantage of the fact that they're not mounting up against your wide receiver. So when they do man up, you're just trying to take leverage and positional advantage, right, to gain yards, right? Just reading the first down lineman, and now this run is like 90% going inside, probably to my tackle and guard, and the ball off. And just like that, and just like that. Now, I think in test mode, they play like rookie mode or something. And this one is probably just going north and south or reading the defensive tackle more. Yep, like that. And because it's a more generic mode. But that's what you do. You just kind of read how they are. And like the edge is probably going to be taken away. So we're reading what the really the tackle and guard blocks are looking like. We've got our fullback through the hole. And it's just one of my favorite running formations. I've told you before, if I had to pick one football play that, like, epitomizes, like, represents my enjoyment of the game of American football, at least in video game form, if I had to pick one, I've probably said it before, I really like I formation, like the weak side run. And I've said before, because the threat of the strong side, the ability to counter, the ability to power, and the ability to just run it weak side, and then the play actions and everything is built off of that. And this is another one of my favorite formations, because you have the strength of the tight end and the fullback leading down the line. You've got to make the defense do all these things that they're doing. Now imagine the linebacker was not covering Bradford, but he was in the box, and it was the corner that was on Bradford. You have your 5 with your tight end and your fullback, meaning 7, against their front 7 box. They've got to have the 2 safeties high to try to protect against the run. Otherwise, they can bring 1 safety down in the box if they wanted to, but that leaves them only 1 high safety towards the middle of the field trying to cover Lewis and Bradford. So I like the ability to scheme up Lewis and Bradford as a 2-pair combo, and then being able to run in the box against this, and just having a lot of creativity running the ball. So it's something I enjoy immensely. But in the meantime, we're going to go to Modified Playbook. We're going to go to Preview Playbook. And we are going to... This is so weird. I just changed the one position of the one player. And look at everything is all messed up. That's so weird. It doesn't even look the same on the screen as it is. Like, the game just cannot comprehend the very concept. So weird. Okay. Coffee time. All right, let's go. Okay, game modes, practice. And because we're using a fullback, we're going to use the 49ers. Oh, something else I like here is if I pick a playbook that's not a creative playbook, then it messes with the offense and defensive playbook. Like, let's say if I pick any other team, if I pick Seattle or whatever, then suddenly, you see how it says San Francisco Mariucci, and then it says Seattle Mike Holmgren with my profile? And it will always do that. It'll be that if I go over here, like, it'll mess with things. I don't know, why is it saying Tampa Bay John Gruden? That's also kind of weird. But if... Oh, maybe because it's the last thing I was on. But if I go here, offensive playbook, and I take it off, you see that? If I pick offensive playbook, but then I go here, it doesn't, like, stick to my last used playbook. There's got to be something in the code that, like, doesn't recognize it and just resets it to default. So that's interesting, too. This is why EA removed creative play. It says in the chat, Denny, they couldn't even program the play art to match. Did they remove it? Like, is it just in Madden 2002, Madden 3? Is it Madden 3, Madden 4? Like, because I know it was in 3. I swear it's in 4. Yeah, I'm 99% sure it's in 4. But then, like, gone in 5, right? Yeah, no, like, the game can't handle it. Like, their own creation tool software. Yeah, I'm willing to bet, Denny, that's a big part of it, is that they don't want to admit, is they don't even know how to program. You know? Anyway, weak eye, twins, wide receiver. I think what we're going to like better is fullback dive than fullback power. But we're going to take a look at fullback power, first of all. And we're going to just go with man under so that... Okay, no, not man under. We're going to go fullback power, and we're going to go the QB spy, right? Yeah, man QB spy. So that they line up. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This way, like, they're trying to kick in this, like, weird little way where they've got the center zeroed out, and they've got 3 to the left. So this run shouldn't work for me. And they've got 3 to the right. And so we've got 3 blockers to the right. And so we should just hand the ball off. And I'm going to change the camera settings. The camera view. Madden long, widescreen, demo, user-defined. Madden Classic, Madden long, widescreen. Widescreen is what I think I was using. It's pretty far away. Yeah, no, I think regular Madden is fine. Okay. Patrick C is here and in the chat, and then Denny also says, I remember funky play art in 06 on the PC. Patrick C says, I was just playing 07 and 08, and custom playbooks are still in there. I assume the last games with it. Interesting. Maybe Patrick C and Denny, the playbook are there, but creating plays? Or no, custom plays were in there. Interesting. But you couldn't take them online, right? Very, very, very interesting. I'm glad you told me. We're going to check it out later. Alright, so what am I looking at here? The handoff point, the fullback is here. And he's kind of straight up the field. I'm just kind of looking at the blocks. The edge defender, Winstrom, I believe that's Grant Winstrom. Yeah. Winstrom isn't able to get to Beasley. He's like already past him. And Winstrom's a really great player, so you can't say like, oh, it's a low overall. But he still is the one who makes the tackle from behind. And then we also see here, we get block, and there's no one to handle this. The way the defenders are all lined up. Right? I mean, obviously the purpose and the design here is to get the defense overhanging on one side and then catching them with 2 defenders here and no one to tackle the fullback, right? That's one core idea. But also, I mean, yeah, he just broke a bunch of tackles and then fumbled. But there's like a core idea here. So, by going in this formation, you generally want to run the ball when they man you up here, right? Because if they're not manning you up, then you've got these 2 guys that I mentioned earlier in this very same video that you're trying to have a route combination with. You're trying to call a pass out of the huddle and take advantage of that. And when they man you up, that's when you're kind of looking to run the ball, especially with 2 high safeties, 7 in the box, and then with the 5 linemen and the 2 blockers, you've got 7 versus their 7. Put a hat on a hat and just run the ball without anyone touching your running back. That's the point. And then when they overstack to a strong side, you pop them with the weak side run to the fullback, right? That's the goal. So you end up seeing a lot of that play out here, but what ends up happening is no one ends up blocking, meaning even Terrell Owens, no one ends up blocking this player. And I don't care that we break the tackle against the corner. We're not just going to let some unblocked guy get it. You had to make custom formations, Patrick C. says, to make custom plays for... Oh, you couldn't just make custom plays for formations that already existed. Interesting. So with fullback dive, we're going to go to man QB spy. And we're going to see the handoff points and ideas. Now, obviously, you don't even want to snap into this. But sometimes you can follow the halfback blocker who's leaving like this. You know, part of the reason is you want whoever maybe is a user. This is one of the fun things. This game was really designed to be played on the couch with friends, right? I mean, also you can play online, whatever the idea. But there's this idea, if someone is often playing like a middle linebacker role and they see the halfback take off, they're either in man coverage against that back and or they have to respect and like think there's a run or something, but we don't get any like play action kind of action here. Like play action then toss it out to the running back in the flats, right? So the other thing is you get the handoff and you know he's going out there, so then you kind of get a little chip help block. Sometimes he actually runs out in front and lead blocks with you. I've seen when I was practicing, and here he gets the cutoff block so there's no one chasing behind you, right? So almost kind of, they're stacking, you get it, and then you just try to see if you can go towards the main part of the play, but they just let this guy in, so it's a non-factor for me. As soon as the ball is snapped, I'm like, okay, I'm not going that way. Alright. Yeah, they're just letting them through. I'm not going to waste too much time doing this. But, yeah. I was trying to force it this side. Like I said, you've basically got him as the new fullback, right? But yeah, we can see some of the issues as the computer is just constantly setting like that, which is why when you see me practice, I have to go into my audibles and I have to select other plays. So the other plays we want to look at are halfback trap. Okay, we want to look at fullback dive to the left, to the right. A core play we want to look at right now is going to be lead. Run to the left is going to be counter. And there's wham and dive. So we want to look at the fullback blocks there. We've also got power toss. Okay. So let's just say now we're going to run this play, which is the lead trap. It's called a trap play, so one of the things that I'm looking for is the guard to actually be the kick out and then run inside the guard, which doesn't happen fully here. He ends up picking someone up early, right? Which is fine, right? Like, these guys, let the end come off unblocked because they're going to the next layer, which also problematic here. You should just find the first color to wall it off and let me deal with the safety. And so as a result, Fiore, he gets him here. So Dave has got this guy, and we're just hitting the edge. Now I can blame myself a little bit for drawing the safety over here, right, and away from Scott Gregg, but it is what it is. And now we've got it. Now they've kicked the line and the linebackers both to the strong side of the formation. And we're just trying to zero out the center and then have 2 blockers against the down lineman and the linebacker. We hand it off. And again, is that issue, just like the scheme of the whole thing, right? This is like ideally our situation, right? We're up against the 7. And we've got our guards on linebackers, our center, and everyone is up here. I can just try to take it through, but there's no actual hole. It just looks like chess pieces, like the pawn, the pawn, and the pawn, and the pawn, and the pawn. Looks like a stonewall chess situation, right? Anyone played chess, you know, a stonewall position, right? You've got these pawns back here supporting the two pawns in the front, right? But there's nowhere to go. There's no hole. It's just like, what? You're going to get this like little stand here, right? So like that's an issue just schematically, right? It literally looks like a 1-2-3. It looks like a 3-4 defense of sort. I know it's not a 3-4 defense, but like the 3 down linemen, the 2 middle linebackers, the outside linebacker. I know it's a corner, and the outside linebacker and a safety or whatever, right? It kind of looks like that. So we're going outside to the now unblocked player and asking ourselves, what are we even doing before we even get tackled by Grant Lindstrom, right? So we get everything we want and we still don't like it? Are we going to try to run this thing inside against that like we did before? No. Right? Like, what is the ideal situation here that we have when we're trying to run the football? Right? Because, again, if I just go fullback dive and I pick freaking man under, right? And the linebacker is on Owens. Like, if I've got a linebacker on Owens, I want to take advantage of that matchup. Let's hand it off anyway, right? What is that ideal situation here? Like, we don't get the block. We get the fake double team. We follow through here. Like, we don't want to run back this way, do we? Maybe we try to. Maybe Owens, like, king blocks down and then we bounce out? That's something I'm thinking. Because going that way didn't work. Now they're overloading. Yeah, I mean, broken tackles are broken tackles, but who cares? Yeah, no, that's... He just goes for the safety, which, again, not blaming him. He goes up here like, I'm going to block this guy for you, Fred. Just kidding. I'm going here. I didn't actually block him. I didn't actually block him. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you've got like 2 versus 1. Like, what is the scheme? Like, I love running the ball with the fullback. But schematically, what is the goal of this fullback dive or fullback power? I just don't see it. I think they need to go. And Patrick says, like, reverse the field. Yeah, like, is that the plan? Right, hand it off and then go like this. Like, the speedy and shifty and full of moves fullback. Right, is that the goal? Like, we're gonna get him with the fullback, guys! Ha ha ha, twist my mustache like a villain. We're handing it off, but actually, we're doing this. I know there was like a gap. I just wanted to see where Garrison Hurst was going to go. Right? Like, yeah. Paul, you missed the giant gap right here. No, I didn't miss the giant gap. Like, it's obvious. I really wanted to see, as a user, what's going on here. And this tells me a lot, also. That instead of lead blocking, he looks like he's faking the pitch. Which is another issue, is we don't have the fake fullback dive halfback pitch as a play that I'm aware of. So, we're basically faking something that doesn't exist. So that means the fullback power is like super cut out. Now can we reverse the field here? We literally bounced off. Like, he bounced off. We're like, okay, what happens? Yeah, Garrison Hurst goes up and kicks that block. And then I just ran forward and the video game bounced me to the left. Is that our big strategy? Because of the natural just going north-south, right? You get the push, you're just looking at the push and then, like, splitting players here. You're not really taking advantage of the Garrison Hurst block. I mean, picking up 5 yards with the fullback is nice. So this is, like, this is the more classic concept that I enjoy. But this is, like, out of the split backs concept, right? Because functionally, when you're split backs, like, okay, the fullback is technically here instead of here, but we're talking, like, a little bit of placement, and then the halfback is here or whatever, and then you're, like, fullback handing it off, and you can cut back across the field where the halfback is going to also lead up and block for you. This is something that I have in my 2K8 video. We're doing that, and then we're running the ball here, and it's like we're picking up 5 yards inside. Like, I'm fine with that. But is this why we're calling weak eye twins fullback dive for? To do that? And like, I can already hear in my own voice, like, yards is yards, Paul. Yards is yards. Right? Like, there's just better ways to get yards. So this is a thing that I want to talk about. Is yards is yards. Like, whatever. Just take the yards you can get. Yeah, great. Learning about the zone run scheme. Right? Alex Gibbs, rest in peace, teaching the zone run scheme. A key point that he makes in his conference or whatever, his showing with Florida Gators, is he talks about, like, what are the objectives of a run and a run scheme. And one of the things that he says, like, the first objective are no negatives. Right? You're going to get negative plays, but you're trying to reduce how many negative plays you're going to get. And sometimes just going north and south like this is just get no negatives, right? But even here, it's just bad defense and video game defense. Just find yourself in a place of no negatives, right? And then the next layer, if I recall, it's been a long time since I watched the presentation, but I have it on my channel. If you look at my oldest videos, they should still be up. You can watch it. As I broke it into segments. It's someone else's video, but I broke it into manageable segments. Is the ability for big plays. That's the thing about the zone run scheme. Is at the very least you're going to try to get your 4 yards, but there's an opportunity for the big play. And when I look at this fullback dive, I don't see the ability of the big play here, right? It requires broken tackles, but if you get a broken tackle in a zone run, you're going to best it for like 20 plus, right? Here you're like, I'm breaking a tackle so I can go from 3 yards to 5 yards. Like, get the fuck out of here. And so that's why I keep going back to this idea of, like, the split backs. Fullback dive. They go nickel, man lock, whatever. Now you've got something a little more interesting in terms of, like, matchups. Like we said, you treating the halfback like your new lead fullback, and if you get the right blocks, you can, like, kick it this way, and suddenly you're getting block here, and the running back going out in space, and suddenly you've, like, got something, right? And if we tried to do it, if we can do it, as a shift, okay, everyone's getting, like, flattened, and we can see it more, like, I think there's supposed to be in 2K8, there's, like, the inside fullback dive, where he already is starting to go inside, and then you can read the block of the tackle, whether you keep it inside or you try to bounce it. But that's part of the point here. See, one of the things that I'm worried about is the center is going like this. So this play isn't even designed to really take advantage of the change the direction of the field. Whereas if we had, like, a little bit of scoop action right here, if, like, the guard in the center here had a little scoop action to this position, right, and that's the other thing that's bothering me. Stone is just ignoring either linebacker and, like, kind of going to a safety spot. That sucks. Wow, and then we missed the handoff. That's a whole other issue we're getting into here. Right, even the game is like, nope. Garcia's like, I'll take it myself, right? The idea of trying to reverse the field with the fullback makes me already want to take that play out, actually, on a side note. Makes me just think, like, power's got to go, dive has probably got to go, right? I want to look at counter, and I think counter is going to go as well, because, again, I don't have a puller. All right, well, we already established this. So, Dave, lead the way for me, Dave. Probably should have L-triggered juke back inside right here. Like, let them overflow and then clickety-click or even B-button spin move back inside. All right, we're going to counter like this. And again, I try to run without sprint and have some fun. So with this counter move, we're still not getting hats on hats. Like, you're missing completely. It's one thing to shed the block like this. Fine, shed the block. But we're at a point where, like, we're not even blocking. We're like, oops, I'm not even going to block. Oops, I'm not even going to block. When you're Owens and you can't block. Come on, Dave. Lead me the way, Dave. Lead the way, Dave. Lead the way, Dave. Show me where to go, Dave. And you still didn't pick up the man. Come on, Dave. He's right there. I'm leading you right into him. Forget Grant. You know, forget Grant. Getting me. Dave, you got to pop that guy. You got to lunge and lead the way, bro. See, that is the kind of broken block that I love to see. I would prefer my fullback pancake him. But if you're going to come up Aeneas Williams and you're going to say, you want none of this. You want none of 35. 40, you don't want 35 in your life. Right? And I'm going to tackle him. Right? I'm going to blow up the back as a corner. I'm going to blow up the fullback as a corner, and then I'm going to take on the halfback. Now, obviously, he doesn't finish the tackle, but this I don't mind. But not even blocking. That's where I'm like, what are we doing? It's like you're not even on the field. You're just a traffic cone. Right? And we're not pulling anyone. Right? I can understand here Dave is like, we're going to block, and Beasley's going to block. And if we get the block here, and we're hitting the edge, and we still have an unblocked player because we're not pulling a guard. We're not down blocking the center here, pulling the guard, leading the way, which is what I don't like. So far, I just don't like any of those runs, especially specifically weak side yet. Toss weak under man. Okay. Lead the way, Dave. There's that good old inside juke. Hit it and then tap it and keep going, right? Lead the way, Dave. There we go. There you go, Dave. This is why I like running the football without using sprint. This is football I like. God, I love this part of football. This is just gives me a football B. Like, look, pitch out, fullback kick out, guard going up and not chasing the linebacker, and the guard actually doing his freaking job, man. He's not chasing a safety or something. He just comes up and goes, nope. Right? Like, everyone picks it up. We're reading the guard block here by Derek Deese. Right? Kick out instead of outrunning our blockers. Like, oh, we're just going to run all the way here. Like, the true kick out and then going north-south and just splitting. Walling off with Owens. Boom. Right? And this is where you could say, like, oh, what is the awareness of the defender? What's the run blocking rating of my guy? And do we need to adjust the sliders or whatever? And then putting you one-on-one with the safety and just like, do you truck him or whatever? That's what feels so good about football. And then you're like, okay, you want to overstack? Great. Dave's going to lead the way. Go, Dave! That's what's up, Dave! All that time I gave you some sugar, honey, and iced tea. You come through with 2 great plays, Dave. That's what's up. That's why you pull the guy. That's why you take him against a corner and you're just like, he just bodied a corner. Yeah, of course he bodied a corner. He's so much bigger. But that's what's so much fun as a lineman. You just go badoosh and just drop a dude. It's even more fun when it's against a linebacker or whatever. But you just take a dude out, and you clear the path, and you're a runner, and you're just like, boom, here. There's Dave. Okay, kadoosh, and just go, right? God, it's so much fun. Do it, Dave. Let's go. Go lead it out the way. Let's go. Okay, we ran right into him and we plowed through him together. Okay. Where you going, Dave? Okay, can't blame you there. You picked up a guy. It was Migas' corner. And I like Garrison Hurst's ability to break a tackle of a corner, and you picked the linebacker, Dave. I love it! You're doing a good job there, Dave. I'm not trying to keep running that play over and over, but if you're going to keep shifting the defense, and I'm trying to run this play, they just keep shifting the defense the other way. So let's run another one. This is, we're going to read Leonard Little, number 57. And that's what we do. We just read here. Scott versus Leonard. Read it, drive it. And then you know you've got your fullback and you've got a lane over here if you can make it. Hey, 5+ yards. That's what feels so satisfying running the ball in these games. Right? So as I said, you got to read this. There's the kick out. We're not taking the ball outside. We're reading Scott's block here, 78. And on our way, we're like, hey, 60's there and 40. He's leading through a hole. We suddenly got 40 and 60 in front of us. That's why we don't go out this way one-on-one. We're going to bend this thing back and follow 40. Hey, why run into a defender when you can run behind a blocker? Right? You're just going to give it right up the middle like that? Okay. What's this? That's the counter. This is the fullback dive up the middle. Is that why you have the fullback dive? Just for that one specific instance? Okay, you're just gonna keep adjusting like that, huh? Dave, where you going, Dave? So this is another reason why sometimes I like to have two controllers. You haven't seen me do it live on camera and stream. But I have two controllers, and sometimes I like to call the plays and like really set up the defensive play that I want to be practicing against, the specific look that I want. We're just not getting the look on the pitch. We only got the look one time. We got the look. Now you see here, Dave is not leading on the pitch because he's covered. So instead they lead the center, and the center is being asked to do too much. And that's the guy that ends up tackling us. So it's really important here, I guess, to just hand it off to the fullback when they just open up the A-gaps. That one's fun too. The pitch out. This time we actually got a block by Owens. Right? And Patrick, he got this. And we just take it back inside. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Okay, so we're not just going to spend all day running the football, but we've seen a lot of looks. So fullback dive maybe has a function somewhere when they're opening up the A-gaps, but power's got to go. Trap works fine. Counter don't like. The toss is fine. The lead is very good. Now I guess we got to look at halfback gut is a weak side. That's the only other weak side, correct? Okay. So let's go with 2 men under. No, let's go with the QB spy play. Because then they're manned up. Take off. Like that. Great. Come on. There we go. See, these are the opportunities for explosives. Right? Zeroing out the center, putting 4 guys to this side, 3 so they have 1 to tackle us, and then they've only got the 2 here versus our 2 blockers and our lead with our fullback. Just get off the ball. Helmets on helmets, hats on hats, as they say. With hats on hats across the board. We clean it up with the fullback. Wide receivers are blocking downfield. Love it. Denny says in the chat, this is why I don't understand today's desire to kill the fullback position, and teams wonder why they can't run the ball. Denny, I'm going to answer your question for you. You don't understand it. It's in that same video. I'm telling you. Go check it out. We can agree to disagree, whatever. Like I'm not saying like I want to get rid of the fullback. I'm a Niners fan. I love Kyle Juszczyk. I'm not trying to kill the fullback position either. But let's go to my videos. It's taking a long time to load, most likely because no, I'm not the only one using the internet, and I'm live streaming, which also requires more internet. But yeah, I'm sure there's other people in the house as well using it. I'm gonna go to my videos. Can I go to like my last page of videos? 50 per page, right? And is there a way just like on my channel to go to... yeah, why am I even on... yeah, when I click my videos, it goes to... oh my goodness. I'll manage this. We're going to go to scenes. Because I want to answer your question. I want to answer your question by actually sharing this. My channel. Go to the channel. And we're going to go to videos. We're going to go to oldest. That's the best way to do it. Okay? So I've got San Francisco 49ers training camp. No. Where is the stuff? Do I have it hidden? Oh, I might have it hidden. That's why. Might have it privatized. Okay. Well, in that case, let's undo that so you can watch it, so we can share it. And then sort by date the other direction. Yeah. Yeah, I have privated all my where is it? Did I actually remove it from my channel because of copyright stuff? Maybe I did. Yeah, because this is like 2023. Yeah, perhaps I did. That's fine. Fine. We're gonna do it live. Alex Gibbs. Cut-ups. Florida. Clinic. Alex Gibbs, wide zone. Part 1.
Each year.
So, tell me how the audio is. We're not going to watch the whole video. So, this is an incredible clinic. I suggest you watch it. But he talks about it in here. And I'd like to hear it from the man's mouth.
And then, based on talent, we want the big play, the big explosive.
Yeah. So, yeah, he talks about something that I was mentioning earlier.
Because this is our whole offense, and our whole offense only has 12 runs. That's all it has. It will not change. I don't give a fuck if there is runs that are negatives. I don't give a fuck how good those good big ones were. They're out here. We have led the league 11 of the 12 years and no negatives. Now, I don't mean none, because there's always going to be a few, but we want to be the bottom team in negatives. And the reason we want to be there is we want to play the game where it does not matter on first or second down what personnel we have on the field and whether we run or throw.
Right. Later in this clip, I want to find it and show you, but he talks about in great detail like team management and building. He's working with Atlanta Falcons at this point, but he had previously been with the Denver Broncos. And Coach Gibbs talks about like we can't afford to have a fullback on the team. Somewhere in this clip, and I might find it, he's like, we can't pay a guy that stabs Mike linebackers in the chest. Right? He's like, he talks about like our fullbacks need to be runners. And that's why you even see in the Denver Broncos in this game here. Let's actually go to it and actually show it. Let's go quit. I know you're not seeing my Madden screen right now. It jumps back and forth. So let's set that up and go to Sources, Video Capture Device. And let's go to Features. And let's go to the Broncos. This is like Mike Anderson, a halfback, is labeled as a fullback in the Denver Broncos offense. Because Madden 2002, he is a halfback. Right? This is why when you go to the Falcons, you're going to see TJ Fuckit Duckett. He's a halfback, but I think by Madden 4, he is a fullback. And if my memory is correct, I believe the Madden 2004 game is also this year, or getting close to the year, where Coach Gibbs is working as the offensive line guy for the Falcons. So if I go Alex Gibbs, absolutely love his work. Wish I had the opportunity to have met him. And it says Atlanta was assistant head coach and offensive line coach in 2004. So that would be Madden 05. So I was 1 year off. But TJ Fuckit Duckett here, by the way, I just put Jamal Anderson on the team. He's not originally on the team. He didn't play football this season at all. He moves to fullback as they implement the zone run scheme with Warwick Dunn. And he basically has that same role, but he moves to the fullback position. And they don't have Bob Christensen. They don't have a fullback officially. So Madden requires all teams to have a fullback, so they move the guy who functionally is fullback. And in a lot of those schemes and systems, ends up being the fullback to that position. You're going to see that for several schemes or times with these zone run teams. That's what they do, is they move the halfback to fullback. So we're going to go back here. We're going to set it all up. We're going to go to offensive playbook and go into practice. And I want to see if I can find that quote from him. I know he's like sitting in the chair talking about the fullbacks. So I'm trying to kind of skip ahead. Is that somewhere around here?
They don't like them. And they would like them not there. Well, guess what? A pocket of words that told us, okay.
Where are we in the
If
clinic?
I can add to his cause, then this trip's more important for me than it is for you.
Yeah,
Guys just like you do that can barely fucking read and write. And I got to help them. Sometimes you get what you got. Whine about it. And our league is the reason that it's the worst I've ever seen, and it's getting worse because we got to go. Well, we got to go to the road. And then we're off the road. And we have a QB. What we're interested in is reading from the gun.
Yeah, there's a point somewhere in here where he talks about it, and he says that like we don't have roster space, we don't have money, we don't have time on a 53-man roster to have a fullback. And I'm paraphrasing him because he has his own special way of expressing it. Watch the whole thing; it's fantastic. But he goes in and he talks about that how like. What if you think of the 53-man roster, you're thinking kicker, punter, long snapper. That's 3 guys. That means you get 25-25 for offense, defense, more or less. You might get a guy on like 24 and 26 or whatever. But suddenly, if you're looking at 50 guys between offense and defense, 25 and 25, you need 5 starting offensive linemen out of your 25. That means you got 20 more offensive players you need. And let's say in Madden, you've got a backup for all of them, which you don't. He also talks about in this clip. He says I don't think they've ever dressed more than 8 linemen in a game, and oftentimes it's only 7. You generally dress your 5 starters, and then you've got like a swing tackle kind of guy, and then you've got a guy that could play center or guard. So you got 2 backups. You rarely ever have like 8 offensive linemen dressed for a game. But we back up and we say, like in Madden, you need 2 left tackles, 2 right tackles, 2 left guards, 2 right guards, 2 centers, right? So that's 10 guys out of your 25 offensive guys, right? 25 offensive guys, then you've got 5 wide receivers, right? You can go 4 wide and a backup, right? So now you're looking at 15. You got 10 more guys that you can run. You got your quarterback and your backup quarterback. That's what the Niners ran into, right? When they played the Eagles in the championship game, the starting quarterback got hurt, the backup quarterback got hurt. They didn't have a 3rd guy. Let's say you got that. That means 8 more guys. You got a tight end and a second tight end. That means you got 6 more guys. Usually got at least 1 and 2 running backs, if not 3. That means 3 more guys. Right? Like, where are you getting these guys from? Right? Like, and then you're gonna have a fullback. If you're gonna have a fullback and a fullback in the offense, doesn't that mean that fullback, you need someone to back him up if he gets hurt, when he gets hurt, because it's a violent league? You need another guy on the roster that can know that position, usually that number 3 tight end or whatever, that can fill in or do whatever. So you understand, like, that's a big reason why they don't do the fullback anymore. In general, is you usually want that fullback to be kind of a tight end. That's just also what Kyle Juszczyk was/is. He was a fullback with Harvard University, if I remember correctly. Hello, amor, so beautiful, mi vida. I love you, honey. See, amor, I love you. So that's why they try to get rid of the fullback, because not only do you have to have him, but you then got to have a backup, and you got to do all these things. So it's not that you can't do it. Teams were doing it for a long, long time. Ravens and 49ers and teams that do it, but there is a reason, right? It has to do with money. It has to do with the talent. It has to do with the fact that it's hard to find a fullback because even high schools, colleges, whatever, they're doing it. And then, as Alex Gibbs says in this very clinic, he talks about the basic idea of he gets more explosive plays in the run game when you go 3 wide, when you go 11 personnel. Because at a different point in this video, when he's talking about the box, he's like, what happens when you take one out of the box or you put one in the box?
He can't run the ball.
He's talking about the formation here.
And nobody can block him coming off the edges. So there's a constant war going on. You heard the little jab today, because he's and I won't be able to explosive.
Yeah, he talks about he says the way he lines it up, because I remember watching this when he draws the positioning of the running back, he goes, this is what we want.
Ability to run wide zone both ways.
Yeah, this is good at the beginning.
Changed each year. There are new ways of doing things. And the thing we stayed ahead of everybody, in my opinion, is by changing, by listening, by paying attention. And we have been the top guy 8 of the 12 times. I set all the standards off of this concept. I ask in our system that I have that presence in some form or fashion. With this one, behind that one, it's 7.5 or 7 3/4. Right. Now,
single back, I formation, weak eye, strong eye, whatever.
I am intrigued with the possibility of being here. I'm going to tell you, I'm intrigued because of the.
And what they do in college and having the offset back.
Okay. And this guy can be off, and he can be moving. He can. We start this as our base core. Now we have a lot of 2-back stuff, which I don't think is what you're interested in at all. Is that right? Are you interested in having a fullback in front of that guy or beside that guy? A little bit. Okay. Well, it is another work. Okay. But it's where we start with. We start out with this as our base core. First day teaching. Okay. Now, we'd be better off in one back if we did.
Right there. We'd be better off in one back. This isn't trying to be steal this person's YouTube channel stuff. We're a reaction to this guy. Here, they deserve this. All that. Let's take the link. Let's go into the live stream. Let's dump this here. Go watch the video in its length. I'm going to address all the comments.
We start out with this as our base core. First day teaching. Okay? Now,
you know what, Coach? I think
we'd be better off in one back.
We'd be better off in one back.
If we can get there. We'll be better off. Because
the guy who uses fullback and says this is his base is even saying, we'd prefer not to use a fullback. Functionally.
Plays in one back that we do in 2 back. Because when we put one in there, what do? Defensive. You squeeze it down, right? There's another guy down the hole. So, shit. I mean, but we start there because we start with the concept that we would like to have the ability to run wide zone both ways.
And that's part of the point that I'm having here with today's video and many of my other videos. I take a lot of my learning from this video. And it's not just this one, it's the part 1, it's the part 2. There's a lot you're going to see on my channel that comes from this video. Okay? And, yeah, being able to set the fullback here, have the tight end here, have a balanced formation, attack in both directions, doing all of that. And as he says, you take them off, he's like, what happens when you put an extra guy in here? The defense goes 7 in the box, right? They maybe even have single high and they put 8 in the box, right? But if you take him out, If you put two wide receivers, what I have in literally in my playbook right now, the single back normal formation, 2x2, then they're in nickel. The threat of having 3 receivers puts them in 2 high, and suddenly they're 6 in the box against your 6 blockers, and you're getting big runs, right? So, like, all that stuff's important. All of it feeds into itself. So I'm going to go back to video capture device, and I know there's a lot of comments in the chat, so I really appreciate that. And I'm going to start addressing those here at this moment. So what started this off is when Denny said, "This is why I don't understand today's desire to kill the fullback position, and teams wonder why they can't run the ball." Denny says, "I argue the fullback position is the same disease nose tackles do. Just because you can't find a good one doesn't mean the position is futile." I also agree with that idea. I totally do. Today's running schemes and today's concepts, today's wide open, fast offense, spread out offenses, also kind of demand. I'm not saying like every team runs like the wide 9 or whatever, but they kind of demand for you to play like 3 technique. You've got to respect the A gaps for sure, 2 eye techniques and all of that. But yeah, they're not really asking you to nose up, you know, and dominate inside like that. And I would say that even Chris Jones, who even I was personally arguing was better than Aaron Donald, and no disrespect to Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald to me is a defensive end more than a defensive tackle. I feel that Aaron Donald in his career was a glorified defensive tackle. Or how can I say this? Like, he was great for a reason. Like, Aaron Donald's greatness is not lost on me. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but he was more of a defensive end, in my view, than necessarily like a true defensive tackle. And maybe like that's not fair to him, and he'd tell me, "You don't know what the F you're talking about. I'm a defensive tackle." Okay, great, fine. But I see him as that 3 technique, and not to say that he couldn't play 2 eye or 1 or whatever. Of course, he can play whatever he wants. He's that great. But when I see a Chris Jones, I see a defensive tackle, right? When I see an Eric Armstead, and I see Aaron Donald, like I see someone that's an edge threat, a 3 technique threat, fighting guards, fighting between the guard and the tackle, like things like that. And that's what the NFL really seems to value more than those guys that can fight inside, right? And those versatile guys, I again mentioned Eric Armstead of the 49ers and then later Jacksonville Jaguars, is because Armstead did play inside in 2019 when the Niners had rookie Bosa, and then they got D Ford from Kansas City, and they had Buckner as that big defensive tackle guy, and Armstead was able to play that inside position over guards and just one-on-one them, and he actually led the team in sacks, not Bosa, in 2019, and got himself paid. And yet when they lacked defensive ends, with D Ford's injuries and all of that, Armstead moved outside to the edge, and that's something that also, I don't remember which Madden it is, Aaron Donald played a lot of edge. At least in the Madden game, I'm pretty sure in a lot of Rams games, they asked Aaron Donald to play edge. So looking for those versatile athletes, being able to put them in and setting edges and all of that. Getting back to the topic, what is it? Denny G says, I will go back and watch that full thing. This is more room on a roster for a fullback than a long snapper. There's more room on the roster than a long snapper. I teach the fullback to snap the ball. Yeah, that's a whole thing in and of itself, isn't it, Denny? Yeah, that's a whole thing in and of itself, the talent of the long snapper. Look, I'm going to trust NFL coaches to the point of saying there must be a reason why it's such a specialized position that they take care of, because I know watching that 49ers versus Giants game, that guy was this long snapper. Was like people said, like, if there could be a Hall of Fame long snapper, it would have been him that played for the Giants, and he was retired. And I guess there was like injuries or whatever, and they were sitting in for the playoff game, and they called him off the couch to come back and join them. And then he botched that snap in the playoff game, and everyone just remembers him for his entire career. Mr. Consistent, not a single bad snap, I think, in his entire multi-year, decade-plus long, whatever career, not a single bad snap, and yet he's remembered for like literally his last play in the NFL, which was a botched snap. And he was brought on because he was so consistent and reliable. that's just like a sad ending, you know? My understanding is Scott Norwood was a heck of a kicker until he embarrassed himself in a Super Bowl. And, you know, sometimes that's just what it takes. It's just the one play, and that's all people remember. But Asuka is here, not ignoring you, Asuka. Asuka, I hope you haven't left. It says I have one viewer right now, but I always never trust that thing. We get to you, Asuka. It says, I never understood why the 49ers didn't put McCaffrey at QB in that game instead of having an injured Purdy hand the ball off every play. I absolutely agree with you, Asuka. I absolutely agree with you. And one of the things that people try to argue is what I feel is Kyle Shanahan did a piss poor job of trying to, on the fly, implement a Wildcat offense with CMC. Like, they weren't going to win, but try. And everyone's like, because CMC did throw one pass and it was an ugly pass. But it was like, oh, did you see that pass that he threw? That's why he wasn't doing it. It's like, it was a piss poor, obviously. If I remember, maybe my memory's bad. It wasn't like a 3rd and 7 and like they obviously had to throw. Like, you've got Debo and you've got CMC. And you can literally just at least attempt jet motions, fakes. You could try things. You could literally try to play 11-on-11 football and just have a quarterback off the field and have CMC the one wildcatting it, where he could just take it and run, and he's got guys. Like, you can go 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Like, you could have Kyle Juszczyk out there, whatever, right? Yeah, because that's exactly it. Because the quarterback is off the field, it would be what? You'd have Ayuk and Debo, and then you could have 2 tight ends, though I'm also a big fan of having Juwan Jennings out there. But you could literally have Juice in the up position with CMC taking Wildcat shotgun snaps and handing them off. And, like, that's the thing. They didn't call a single, like, screen for CMC to throw. Like, they literally called it to be a downfield shot. That's the problem. Like, where is the little bump pass? Where's, like, the little things to just... Where's the shovel play? Right? Where's the little screen dump off? The joke is, like, CMC can't throw a screen to CMC, right? But where was the creativity there? Right? Where was, like, the option play? Right? Like, you're telling me CMC never understood the option when he was in college or whatever? Like, I know that you've got to go to practice and teach guys things. In the NFL, you've got to work on things. But at what point is it like, these are professionals that have played college football and have played football their whole lives? Right? Like, they don't know what an option is? Like, seriously, you can't, like, talk to CMC when the defense is on the field and, like, hey, we're going to use you in the option. I want you to read the backside defensive end and just, like, do option plays like we do in fucking the video game, you know? Whatever. Like, come on. At what point do you at least try it? God, don't get me started. I'm just barely started and I want to shut it down, that conversation. Denny G says, money, there it is. I'm too important to learn other positions. Fullback can be a Hines Ward, or it could be a Washington in a slot formation set, not a lifestyle. Yeah, part of it. I'm going to respond to that. Suka says the Packers had some great fullbacks like William Henderson, and Kuhn back in the day. I would say, Denny, that when you say, like, learn the other positions, at a certain point, like, that it has to do with the athleticism of the position, right? Like, if you're going to have the guy that stabs Mike linebackers in the chest, that guy is not a Taysom Hill. Because Taysom Hill's I'll learn all the positions, right? I believe it was your Steelers that I say stole, like, it doesn't matter, it didn't pan out, but you stole Jack the Hammer Coletto from us. And you're like, who? What are you talking about, Paul? Jack Coletto. I was so hyped for him to turn into something in this league. I knew he wasn't going to, but I was still hyped and, like, having my fingers crossed that he was going to turn into something. Oregon State Beavers. Played, like, backup quarterback. He would play Wildcat quarterback. He played, like, starting middle linebacker. He was a fullback. He was a wide receiver. Like, he just was a football player that played multiple positions, and he was an undrafted free agent the 49ers took a few years ago. And he played and caught a touchdown pass from the fullback position in the preseason. And then I want to say, as we got to roster cuts and 53-man rosters, he didn't make the 53, but he was unprotected practice squad. And I want to say by or before October that same season, Steelers, because he's unprotected, picked him up and had him on their practice squad. So I believe they end up taking on his salary. Like, there's no salary cap hit or whatever for that. But they basically picked him up and said, and I think they put him on their protected practice squad, and he just never made the field or anything. But Jack Coletto is a guy that played that fullback position but would play anything and would learn anything, right? There needs to be guys like that, but the body type of a Mike Allstott or Lorenzo Neal, like, my understanding is Lorenzo Neal played halfback for the Saints back in the day and got moved to blocking fullback. And as a 49ers fan, Michael Robinson was the Penn State quarterback that the 49ers drafted in the 2006, because I want to say it's a Madden 07. He's not even in the game. You have to make him, or he's not correct or something. You have to edit him. But in Madden 08, he's like already a one-year pro, and I don't think he's in the default roster of Madden 07. But he goes from college quarterback to halfback, and within like a year or two, he's playing fullback for the Niners, and then he's basically off the roster, goes to Seattle, and is their starting fullback for several years. And he's like a Niner hater because, I mean, I can't blame him. That front office, that organization that had him didn't exactly do things the right way. So he's just been like a full-on 49er hater and went straight to the rivals. So it's like, it sucks that, like, I really like Michael Robinson, and Michael Robinson hates the 49ers, and anytime you see him in panels or on TV or do whatever, he's got some shit to say about the Niners, you know, even when they're doing well. But Michael Robinson is another guy that just, like, he played quarterback, then halfback, then fullback. Like, there are guys that are just like, Coach, I just want to play, right? And then Asuka says, Shanahan can't handle big game moments, so he just gave up on the game. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Can't handle it, Asuka. You are 100% on fire and right about that. So, wow, I've gotten off on a sidetrack, and I love it, you guys. Do not apologize for it. Interaction with the audience and the conversation is what this is all about. I just finished the last of that cold coffee, and it was worth having cold coffee to have that conversation with y'all. So what are we looking at? Fullback dive, keep, power off. Halfback trap, I like. Counter gone. We need to look at the difference with wham and dive. So why don't we call wham? And why don't we call wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, QB spy. So they line up over Owens. We hand it off, and we can hit the edge and hit sprint and do whatever. Who cares? I don't like to hit sprint, but whatever. And let's just look at the blocking. The fullback says, I'm just going to go straight up the hole, up the gap, and do nothing. Got it. Okay, second chance. Hand it off, and then, yeah, whatever, right? Because everyone's clogged inside. Everyone knows it's an inside run. This time, Fred Beasley gets right through the hole. And because everyone is just clogging inside and no one's respecting the edge, no one's setting the edge, come on, set the edge! The running back is just like, I guess I'll go here where there's nobody on the defense on the TV screen. Right? So, I mean, like, the play works fine. Right? They respect the edge. It's one less defender inside, right? Respect the edge, respect the edge. Little kick out. I don't want to take off here and have them just fall off the block. So you just kind of follow behind the little guys and just kind of go through, right? So, I mean, it's fine, right? It's fine. Halfback dive, where the fullback kicks out. Let's again go to QB spy, and now the fullback is not going to help us through the hole. They're kicking the line that way, and then we go up here and we follow it like that, and let's see, does the fullback do anything important? He takes off and doesn't do anything. right? Can't blame him. Is there any opportunity to weak side cut back there? Because here you're just going to the edge, right? You're just taking off. You're just doing your thing. Is there any sense in changing the field? And that already kind of answers the question to me, no. Like, is there any advantage to them setting up one side, getting this little back step, boom, taking the handoff, up the gut, guy right in my face, let's change direction, and flip the field, and he's just not doing his job. I think that's already a death blow for me here. Yeah, second time in a row. I think this is just a dead play. If you're doing this, and this, and this, and you're just doing nothing multiple times, and you're Fred Beasley, who is a good player in this game. Is he like 90-something? Oh, in this game he's not rated as highly. It's Madden 04 that I think he's like a 92 or something. Okay, still not what we want, but I think halfback dive has got to go. Power toss is the next one that's a lot of fun. I believe in the core game they say like, and then you send him in motion, and then you do this, right? And it's fun in its own right. Having him and having all three of these guys out here, and you're flowing, and you're just getting picked up on the edge, and blah, blah, blah. But I like it just straight up without an adjustment. Right? There's something that I like about having someone pull and be the kick out, and then you got a seal here and a seal here, and you run it up the alley. Right? That's something that I really like. That's the goal of having that guard pull. Right? That's pretty much exactly what we got there. Almost exactly what we got there. Right? You got your seal here, and you seal here, and you run it up the alley. Right, folks? That's what we're doing. And while we couldn't get it there, instead of the seals and the seals, instead we were supposed to, hopefully, but we failed to, just get a straight lead. Just have Scott Gregg come up here, pick it up. Fullback, lead out here, pick it up. Not use sprint. Potentially lead the safety right into Jeremy Newberry. Who knows? I guess we're doing this now. I guess that's the other look of the fullback dive that we called is they kick the line and the linebackers over. Right? They're so worried about this pitch play that we just fullback dive it, zero it out, get the guards up here, and keep it inside instead of worrying about bouncing. I think that's the other advantage. Right? Just take it up like that. Michael says, "Hey, you Paul. Hey, you Michael. I'm here for a bit. You got wrecked out by the 17 for no reason." Well, you know, probably because the 17's a hater. But the 17's a Seahawks fan. That's probably why. That's my guess. So there's some value here in this fullback dive, right? Like, I'm trying to pitch it. But since they're just sliding the defensive line over and I don't get the pitch here, we're handing it off. And it's like, okay, well, instead of going this way or that way, we're just going to try to take it up. At that point, maybe that's also the goal here with this halfback business. See, but he's not trusting him to just go up here, right? Like, if there's a way that I can slip through this gap, and then I got Garrison Hurst leading out this way, and suddenly I can follow off of Hurst against blocking that safety, that would have been so nice. Then Michael adds a couple comments here. Next race is Vegas, so I wanted to keep you informed a bit and wish you well. Yeah, I watch your notifications. I watch the videos on 2 times speed. I don't always get to drop a like, but love it, Michael. Sorry, I don't get to always drop a comment. I try to drop a link and all that. Have a good stream, man. See you again soon. Thank you so much, Michael, for dropping by. Yeah, and just love to support those that support me and just great content creators overall. Thank you so much, Michael. Love it. Okay, you're just going to shift like that. We're going to keep trying this fullback handoff that we were trying earlier, but That's a little interesting. We got the little fake double team. We didn't have like the little gaps that we wanted earlier. That fullback dive is not exactly the best decision here. The double attack from the linebackers and there. Okay, okay. Get out here. Get out here. Hey, we're picking up 7+ yards. That's pretty nice. Pull and pull. 2 defenders, 2 blockers. Gets a guy. Doesn't get the guy. Okay, we're going to go up here. We're going to try to have Fred Beasley do something, and he still doesn't do it. I like the pitch, huh? Fullback dive was always my favorite for me, the run on 3rd and 1. Yeah, it's a staple. You know, you're not coming out in jumbo. You got to make the defense respect the fact that you can throw it, and you just pop them with the fullback dive. That's the thing, Asuka, is I really like having the fullback dive as a, how can I say, as an audible option, right? As something that you can just see the formation and then just kill to the fullback dive because you see a gap, like an A gap or a B gap. Right between the center and guard is the A gap, and the guard and the tackle is the B gap. You see an open A or B gap, and you just pop it in there real fast to pick up that 1+ yardage. It's always a good thing. So it's taken us an hour and a half within the next 60 seconds to get here, and yet it's worth it. And yet it's worth it. We're going to go in here. We're going to edit the formation. We're going to say modify the playbook, preview the playbook, go to weak eye, get the power out. No, get the power out. Trap can stay, counter can go, wham can stay, dive can go. Weak toss, don't really know so much about it. Gut, that's the one we want to look. Oh no, gut, but that's fine. So we've got like a strong side, a weak side. Right. Because we've got basically right, run to the left, run up the gut. This, I guess, this is the next thing here, right? Is here. Is there a value in running lead versus wham? Right, trap has a value. Definitely has a value. Is there any purpose in having wham versus lead? Because we know what lead can do. Is there any reason to keep wham at all? Because it's not really designed to backside. It can definitely go straight up the gut or bounce outside. So can lead. So that's one of the next questions. So before we get to answer that, we're going to have to look at pass plays. Because we can look at the difference between the two in a real game situation. So let's go with the miners, the gold miners. That's what's so weird, like leaving the city of San Francisco to go to Santa Clara, the attempt in the 90s to take the SF off the side of the helmet and disassociate yourself from the city. You're the San Francisco 49ers, for fuck's sake. 49. As in 1849, the gold rush in Northern California. Right? Like, there's a fucking reason why you call yourselves that. Don't try to take the SF off the side of the helmet. Yes, I'm just ranting about something that they tried to do in the 90s, a long time ago. But even the leaving Santa Clara, there's just like this mindset from like this York family or whatever it is. You know, I'm not saying it's coming from Jed himself, but like Denise and whatever them, maybe I'm just full of shit, but it just feels like that York family isn't even proud or happy of the city of San Francisco, right? It's like, we're going to move the team to Santa Clara. We're going to put it by an airport or whatever. We're going to have a design of a stadium that was designed to replace Candlestick, and it's not designed for literally the location that it's at now, where the fans are burning in the sun, because as I understand it, the design of the stadium was to tear down Candlestick, you know, and then play maybe games in Stanford or whatever, while they build a new stadium at Candlestick Point or whatever. where the sun isn't as intense and as bad, and build a stadium there. And instead, they've got this trash leftover, like, sloppy second stadium design that everyone hates. They poorly did it, and they got out of the city. Like, what are you doing? All the signs tell me, like, they don't even respect their own culture or heritage. Like, you might as well change the name of the team, too. That's why I said the Miners, right? The Santa Clara Miners is what it should be. God. Okay. Weak Eye Twins. Right? What are the passing plays that we're looking at? I tried my best, at least at the time, to organize here. First, both backs going on route runs. Right? That's rollout strong and wide receiver streak. Then I've got fullback screen to the left, I've got strong screen to the right, and quick screen in the middle. So I got my screen plays organized. There was only one play action play that they have, and we can see it. And then we can see all the plays. Like, I haven't even removed plays in terms of, like, their viability of their design. Yeah, the Santa Clara Silicons. Exactly, bro. Like, it's the Green Bay Meat Packers and the San Francisco Silicons, right? Isn't it so great? Like, wasn't it a meat packing group, but everyone associates them with cheese? Right? People talk about, like, I'm Californian, so obviously I'm going to be pro-California cheese. But living here in Peru, oh my god, Peru has some good fucking cheese. Like, queso andino, the word for cheese is just queso. But Andean cheese, queso andino, my goodness, if you've never had queso andino, you don't know what you're missing. It's just a completely different flavor. It's like, what does Dr. Pepper taste like? It tastes like fucking Dr. Pepper. It doesn't taste like Coca-Cola or anything. Like, there's nothing like Dr. Pepper. Don't tell me Mr. Pibb and all those knockoffs. They're just trying to taste like Dr. Pepper. If you literally don't have access, which they brought Dr. Pepper here in Peru, I think 2011 or so. So you can't have it. But when you tell someone new, like, what does Dr. Pepper taste like? It doesn't taste like anything. It's barbecue water. That's one joke that I've heard. But, like, what does queso andino taste like? It tastes like queso andino. Like, you've got to have it. It's not Gouda. It's not cheddar. Like, it's not pepper jack. Those are all different cheeses, right? They all have different flavors, right? Queso andino is so good. Love it. And they've got some really good cheeses here. And Cajamarca's cheeses and all that stuff, so good. So if I were to argue the best cheeses, I'd say Peru. But Peru doesn't really make cheddar. And I love a really good cheddar cheese. Yeah, but aside from that, I'm always going to choose California because I'm local, whether or not Wisconsin makes better cheese. I'll choose California. All right, yeah, Lambeau's team was funded by a meatpacking company, and that's how they got the Packers name, obviously. Yeah, so I thought it was meatpacking, not cheese packing. And then it says, he and many of the players also worked as meat packers as well. Exactly. Exactly. So it's a great name. It's a great name. It's a great uniform. It's a great history. And I just absolutely love, I've said in another video how, like, the Cowboys, Colts, Packers, 49ers, like, several teams, at least for a long time, like, their base historic uniform is, like, team color, secondary team color, stripes here, stripes down the side, basic pants, basic number, like, nothing flashy, nothing crazy. I didn't like this era right now on screen of these uniforms. The thing I like about the uniforms we have on screen right now is the fact that they're not their normal uniforms. Right? I'm calling a play just so I can look at it. It's like, I'm glad these are not the uniforms that they wear every day. I have a nostalgia and like to see them on a video game, and that's about it. But what the fuck? Look at this red line with black lines. Like, get out of my face with that. Give me the white line with the red line stripes, with our secondary color as the helmet, with the oval-shaped logo. I mean, seriously. The Packers and Niners logo are not the same. Obviously, one's a G and the other's an SF. But they're both fucking ovals with white letters of their city. Right? Instead of GB, it's just a big G, right? It's like, it's such a good design. It's an oval and all that. Like, you can't mess with that design, right? The Jets logo, classic, was the same thing. Oval of the New York Jets, right? Like, so many teams, it's like, it's the same uniform, right? Just like slight team logo modifications, right? And, like, the red face mask, I like the other face mask here. The giant ass over-the-top white stripes. Just give me the normal stripe. And then obstructed with that little SF logo on the shoulder. Or, yeah, on the shoulders, on the sides. And the over-the-top numbers. Like, oh, they've got to have... They were trying to grab the shadow box of, like, the 1994/throwbacks. Instead of just, like, bold numbers. right? Oh, you've got to have the white with the gold inside and the black outside that, and then the shadow box angle or whatever. Like, do they look nice? Yeah, they're fine. But they're just not the Niners, bro. And then, like, red stripe, like the burgundy red stripe with the gold stripes, with the black stripes, with the logo. Like, fuck it over yourself. Over the top. You look like the 90s. You look like 1996. You know, and then that was the white pants, and then they went like 1997, 1998, whatever, to these gold pants. But, like, you literally look dated. You're the embodiment of, like, 1996, 1997, like, graphic design that, like, everyone had. Right? You look so fucking generic. Like, in your bold, like, color choices, and your bold palette, and your bold letters and all that, you look generic in your boldness, and I hate it. Right? Like, I would prefer if some of these Madden games on the 360 kept them as alternates so you could see new players wearing those uniforms. I would really have liked it if Madden 14, if Madden 12 had these uniforms as an alternate option. That would have been nice. But give me this every time, and I'm so glad in Madden 10, the 2009 season, they went back to this. Right? It just looks so much better. This is 49ers football. Right? So we're going to look at, what? Rollout Strong. We're going to look at Man QB Spy, whatever. And we're just going to just press the A button. And Garcia is going to throw a complete ball out of bounds. But you just look at it. Just bold, just all white stripe, like white numbers, white stripe, red stripe, the gray face mask, the simple stripes down the side, the pants. Like, my understanding is in the 80s, they had, like, really bold stripes. And with Jerry Rice's, I'm not going to say chicken legs, thin legs, but Jerry Rice was, like, versus, you know, Stokes, or sorry, but yeah, Stokes and Owens, like, big-ol'-ass legs. But Rice had those bold white and red stripes down the side of his legs. You know, it's just, it's simple, it's classic. If you just, like, change this uniform, like, the red is now green, right? And gold is now yellow, right? Like, you've got the same uniform, right? In so many ways, like, you've got the same uniform. If you say, okay, now it's silver and blue, and you put a star on the side, it's the Cowboys uniform. Like, it's not 100% identical, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, now it's green and white. Oh, now you're the Jets. Oh, it's blue and white. Now you're the Colts with a horseshoe on the side, right? Like, so many of these uniforms, they're just classic and they stand out for a reason. And yet, just those little changes, like, our color is primary and secondary with this shape logo. You know, it looks so good. All right. Comments in the section. It says, Packers seem to be the only team left that still truly honors and respects their history. Steelers, too. Though those were not the Steelers' original uniforms, they found some good ones. It took them a few tries, and they found theirs and stuck with it. Denny, I jump ahead, says, sorry, been on a phone call for the last 30 minutes, and I need to run to work for a bit, catch up with you. Hey, good luck, Denny. See you on the other side, bro. It's great to have you here, and it'll be great to have you back when you're there. So, Denny, welcome back whenever you were on your work call, and now you're watching, like, on the next day on Monday, or this afternoon, or whatever. So, welcome back. I hope you had a great time. This is Paul from the past saying hi to future Denny. All right. So, then it says, everyone else is building, Asuka says, everyone building these super expensive dome stadiums with luxury boxes designed for millionaire CEOs. Exactly. And Asuka says, I hate all these new dome stadiums. Every team seems to want a dome now. Yeah, exactly. Football just isn't football anymore. And I think you're the one that told me that I guess the Titans are doing the same thing, right? All right. What do we see here? We drop back. This is all computer controlled. And do we have any conflicts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitch, step, and where are we trying to throw the ball? Well, where he ends up going with the ball. No one is open here. No one's open there. But in this whole scheme of, like, the cover 2 is taking Owens away here, right? Like, this guy's going to deflect it, or where he's going to jump in the way and hospital ball you, or whatever. You know, he's running in the way. He's covering here. Like, where are you going to throw the football? You still have somewhere to go as a human, as a user, you can still just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step up and then throw this pass, right? If you're reading it, because if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step up, B button, you're kind of asking a Troy Polamalu or someone to just crush your receiver, just shoulder blast him. Like, you don't want to hospital ball that. And while, you know, no disrespect to Adam Archuleta, like, I'll expect Owens or Megatron to catch this and survive the hit, but this isn't a concept you want your quarterback throwing the ball to your guy at normally. It's what Tom Brady said. In old school NFL, like, there were passes you weren't supposed to throw that now you're basically allowed to throw that you probably shouldn't have thrown. It's interesting to see, yeah, because obviously it's the quarterback spy play that I called. But you drop back, everyone's in man coverage, no one is directly open, you take off to run for it, and they've got a spy there to stop you. So then the real set here is having the wide receivers to the boundary, dropping back, rolling out weak side, and there's just no, like, escape plan here, if that makes any sense. Like, if the escape plan is go to the left, it's just you and Stokes, right? Or throw the ball away. So there's no real escape plan to that side. The escape plan has to be to the right. So you drop back, and then you're like, escape plan. Yeah, I know it's a pick, but we're just trying to see how the routes develop so we have a plan here. Like, boom, there comes the inside stunt, right? Leonard Little, he gets around. That's pretty good here. I like that natural stunt, and then Johnson helps pick it up, and we just step back in the pocket, and then we get ready to throw. Not the pocket, but we change the launch point of the throw. But here we've got three receivers at different layers, right? We've got deep downfield. We've got trailing. Like, we've got some action here. So you're dropping back. You know that you can have that throw to Stokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up, and just casually throw it, which he does. He's like, okay, I'm going to open my hips, and we're just going to toss it out here, and you're going to go catch it. I said go catch it. So that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch step, pass lead. Can you not pass lead down? Maybe I need to do better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up. Yeah, I do not like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. I do not like when you throw it behind the receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up. Why do you keep throwing it behind the receiver? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I don't want over pass lead sensitivity, but I want some layer of pass lead sensitivity. All right. Asuka says, at Denny, sorry, man, I forgot to include the Steelers when I said that. Thanks, Paul, for pointing them out. Obviously, yes, obviously. Asuka, yeah, even the Bears want a dome now. Yeah. Titans, Jags, Browns, Washington, etc. Bills are the only team building an open roof one. Ugh. Just hate reading that. Like, thank you for putting there. Don't not say it, but you understand what I mean when I say I hate reading that. Why do you pass lead inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm holding the thumbstick to the right. You even see me to the left. You even see me drift to the left, and he still throws it inside, like middle fingers. Oh my god. Like, I'm so sick of it. Why are you throwing it behind him? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Because I feel like I was overthrowing him at default 5, so I was trying to dial it back. Even then, he's twisting his body. God. It might be the bullet. Because that time I didn't bullet. We're going to try the bullet pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up. That time it didn't. 5, step up. No, it can't be the bullet. Because those are bullets. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up. It's not the bullet doing it. I just don't like overthrowing my guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overthrowing him, but I like to pass lead out. Then it says, you blame Jerry Jones ever since he built Jerry World. Every team wants their own version of it. Yeah. And you obviously understand, like, the Raiders having their toilet bowl stadium. And I was saying their stadium is trash, but it literally looks like a toilet bowl from the outside. That's a well-placed ball with the default 5 pass lead. Right? Out in front, gives him a chance to catch it. Like, that's what I'm looking for as a user. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the hitch step. And just getting it like that, it just feels so satisfying. Back. Okay, I'm going to do that. Out in front, so that's fine. Great. I don't know what the problem was. Maybe the pass lead sensitivity below 5 was the problem. But we can see the value in the rollout strong. How well does the computer handle that play? It will also throw it. It throws it behind the target. Just press A and let the computer operate. I mean, it's not what you want, but I guess I'll take 5 yards. 5 and lose yards. I mean, he can complete it. It works. Wide receiver streak. You know, the play that we were actually practicing this against a lot was... They don't even have the strong safety blitz. That's interesting. Let's go Mike Blitz. Okay. Yeah, he knows how to do it. So let's do a wide receiver streak. And Mike Blitz. Computer just drops back, and then he throws off his back foot for God knows what reason. I don't like how R is in the weak, and then he's going all the way to the strong. Like across the formation like that. Or we're just throwing hospital fly balls. I like getting the ball to the fullback, getting involved in the passing game. I don't really like that play design. Alright, the screens I'm sure are going to be trash. But let's just see how trash they are, especially by the computer. Yeah, even when he catches it and they operate it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, he doesn't have his blockers in front, and it's just trash. Yeah, this game doesn't know how to handle screens. Can we handle screens as a human? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up. Yeah, the video game just, like, he outruns these blockers. Right? He's not even in position to run behind them. Right, he goes too far out. And we're getting sacked, whatever. But, yeah, no, it's not good. So, quick screen. Mikey Blitz. Computer running it. Gonna lose yards. Looks like trash. Strong screen. Mikey Blitz. I mean, hey, he threw to someone else. He saw someone open. He sees the open guy. Interesting. I'm just trying to, like, can I run away and pull all the guys after me? And it still doesn't matter. Oh my god, like, you run them all the way up the field. They're like, get Jeff Garcia! And then he's like, loop, I'm gonna throw it over your heads. And they're like, I'm still gonna, like, stop the play. Like, okay, bro. It's worth looking at and having some fun. So all the screens are gone like I expected. Wide receiver streak needs to go. Let's see how well the video game handles the play action. And I'm still wondering, what is the point of this play action? If we're trying to suck up the linebacker just to throw Johnson's curl right behind where he doesn't have very far to go? Like, oops, gotcha, bitch. We're throwing to the fullback in the flats? Like, I let the computer throw that. I just pushed A button, and he auto-threw. Like, he flipped his hips and just auto-threw it. Is that really it? Just, like, lol, it's an inside run. Actually, lol, no, it isn't. And you notice that this is basically trying to fake that run play that we're taking out of the book, where the fullback doesn't go through the hole, but instead he goes outside. So that's another reason just to get rid of this play action. So I think I already have a series of plays that I want to cut. Features, playbook, offense, playbook, doesn't matter, but we'll take the Texans. Modified playbook, preview playbook, halfback, gut. We were going to try that and we didn't try it. Okay. Wide receiver, stake. Remove that. Screen, screen, screen. Okay. So. Let's now have this play go to the right. So you've got scissors. I think R and A are going to cause problems and we're going to need to remove this. That's a prediction. Play action needs to disappear. Okay. Let's save what we have so far. Retro Rewind Sports, you're here. Are you making this playbook for something in particular? Yeah, it's called Having Fun. I don't like the playbooks in this game. I think there's a lot of really trash playbooks. I think the Texans have, like, possibly one of the worst ones I've seen. Like, it's just really trash. So I just want, like, a fun playbook to use to play the game for fun, even when I'm not on camera. And just kind of taking a look at what's in the game, what works and what doesn't work. I figured I would press record and have you wonderful viewers spend time with me together this morning than doing it by myself. Because I would otherwise be doing this Sunday morning with the camera off or the camera on. So, my prediction, and let me mute this. Just sneeze. I'll blow my nose. There we go. Yeah, that's because Dom Capers is trash. Yeah, Asuka just has like a little thing where there's something against Dom Capers. And rightfully so, understandably so. My prediction is slants is going to suck. Not only is it not a slants play, so like why is it named like that? But I think that R and A are going to run into each other and be a problem. Okay. Next set of plays. I'm worried we're going to have a conflict with L, X, and B that we're not going to like. We'll find out. Not sure what we're going to get out of tight end slant. We've got a little bit of a lion concept, or sorry, a dragon concept here with X and L. A is just kind of leaving. B is clearing out so X can go underneath. Maybe B is taking the attention of a safety so X can clear and get out there, and if they don't take the attention, then we can throw it to B. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about this scissors concept here. It's called slants, but it's a scissors concept. Is like taking off the field and then breaking out, right? So there is some beauty here, but I think there's going to be a problem. Tight end flat has the outbreaking curl, which is fine, and taking the top off the defense, which is fine. The tight end flat and the slant out, they're very similar kind of plays. They're not identical, obviously, but it's interesting. Interesting. Double under. Like, little action with A and R, like going across the middle / leaving. B just dumping off and X breaking underneath. It could be interesting. Flat pressure's interesting. I think fullback curl is going to be a problem with B and L. So let's maybe put the plays that I think are going to be problematic as the first plays. I think those are going to be problematic. I'm worried that this is going to be problematic, even though I like the art. I wonder how problematic that's going to be. Hook-ins, I'm sure, is going to suck. Tight end corner X and L, I think, are going to be problematic. This looks like it's going to be a fine play with B and X. This is probably going to be interesting. Double out should be fine. Post corner should be fine. This should be fine. This looks like it's going to be trouble. I think I'm just changing it with another play, aren't I? Yeah, I think that this is the play that I need to change with, right? I think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, slant is the other one that I was messing up. Right, hook, power toss. Wide receiver cross is a play that I was messing up. Short up and outs. What else? Tight end corner, I'm afraid, might be a problem. Hook ends. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to put all the runs up here for right now. I think that's how I'm going to organize it. Just dump all the runs. Yeah, let's dump all the runs. So I think that's going to suck as a first play to look at. I know this one's fine, so we're going to go up to the runs and we're going to say that one's fine. We know it's fine. Get it out of the way. I think this one's going to be fine, too. So what's another play I think might suck? This might suck. Right? It's going to trade with another play that I think might suck. The slant. I think this play might suck. So the first three go there. Shorten up and out, I think is going to go. It's going to be trash. We know that's a good play, and I think that's fine. Okay, that helps me a lot. It helps me mentally organize it. And then it says, yeah, okay, nothing new there. Got it. Game modes. Practice. The one run, halfback gut, we were going to practice that. And that has a big red flag for me. I mean, we want to run when they are respecting this and they're in too high. We hand it off. We've got the weak side defensive end locked up. We got the edge locked up. And we're just going to lead out, and we're going to have both 81 and 40 not block here. Because ideally, we've got a guy we can block, we can just be free into the secondary if Fred would just block Erneas Williams. Yeah, that's a problem. It takes Derek Deese to block Williams. Really? It takes Deese to block him? Deese nuts, right? That's not good at all, folks. Is the plan to run the football with this play against like maybe regular man under or something where they're too high but they're not respecting the wide receiver, and then we're like this? No, I don't like it. No, sir. I don't like it. And Owens is missing his guy. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. All right, then we were going to look at halfback wham versus lead. So if we go lead, we've seen it already today before. Yeah, we're reading this block. And we've got no help. We could potentially try to pop outside, but we don't have the speed of Garrison Hurst to get there. So we're reading, like, to bring it back. That is a red flag for me. Like, kickouts, kickouts, kickouts. All kicking out. And no help inside. Right, that's a red flag for me with halfback lead. It's like, oh yeah, okay, like, oh, that's so easy. Yeah, when they move the defensive line away. Like, oh, I'm gonna run outside. Halfback lead's a good play, Paul. What are you talking about? Don't be stupid. Yeah, I get it. Oh, derp, derp, derp. Keep the play. It's a good play. No. You score a touchdown. You're so good at football. Yeah, when they move away, like, give me a real play to practice. Give me a real setup. Versus halfback wham. Yeah, again, they move away. Like, great. Now we've got something. And again, we're just letting this defender in untouched. That's not good. Like, oh, I didn't need halfback lead? Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So what is the advantage of wham? Like, straight up running it. And then I'm bouncing. Let's let the computer run it. Two more times. One more time. Okay, now let's do lead. He does take it to the edge. Let the computer run it, which is what we just did, but let's let it run it again. Yeah, he's willing to take it to the edge. Now we go to that strong eye twins. So we don't have to make a formation. We just do it. You move the line, we'll move the fullback. That's all computer running. You don't even block him. Wow. You had so many opportunities and you're just like, we're not going to block. And we're just not going to finish the block. Okay, so we got 2 defenders in our face. But is Wham not going to be the better play? Like, I like lead a lot. But I'm thinking that Wham is going to end up being the better of the 2 plays. Yeah, I think Wham is going to be the better of the 2 plays. Yeah. So, goodbye gut, goodbye lead. I like lead a lot, but features, create a playbook, offense. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, feeling better about all this. Okay, I think Hooks is gonna suck. Wow, he really just fell back and threw like a, what, 5-yard loss? 6, 7, 8-yard loss? Just so he can get back to the line of scrimmage? And you're not even throwing a hook, you're just throwing a deep bomb shot? Yeah, that looks like the trash that I thought it was going to be. We're going to go against Mike Blitz. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I was worried that the fullback and Owens were going to be a problem. But they really aren't. The problem is actually surprisingly here. Owens is outrunning the tight end. I mean, it's Owens versus Eric Johnson, who Johnson's also getting bumped and run, but literally Owens outruns the out route that... Okay, yeah, it's still trash. That's funny. Okay, I'm predicting slants is going to be trash as well with A and R's route combination. But I do like the scissor concept. And the fact that they aren't hitting each other is nice. Like, there is fun in just user dropping and going da-da-da. Just a casual little throw here to the edge and just get a bunch of yards down the sideline, right? And there's the sprint button, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the ball out of there. No sprint button. Just line them up and go do-do-do-do-do. We're just going to throw it to the flats. We're going to hit you with a little juke. And we're just going to go without any sprint. Do-do-do-do-do. Casually dropping the pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step up. Swing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swing it out. And you still can't catch. Great. Awesome. 5. No hitch. Just throw it. Set up. 1, 2, 3. Set it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up 5 yards. Great. Computer, you run the play now. Even the computer is trying to complete that pass. Tap A. Not as bad as I was worried it was going to be. Right? They're not going to the exact same spot. It's not causing a conflict. And you got some scissor action here. Obviously, it's like, oh, you should be throwing to Owens. Yeah, I get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step up. Throw it to B. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step up. Throw it to B. Why is he not getting the conflict? They're bumping into each other now when they weren't bumping before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step up. It's interesting that they were not rubbing and bumping earlier. Okay, now they didn't. Great. There you go. Okay, it's fine. I like it. User, computer, whatever. But the first two are trash. Wide receiver cross, whatever. Again, go against Mike Blitz. I really think that Owens and everyone are just going to be a giant flustercluck. Yeah, and it pretty much is what I thought. Yeah, he jumps right in front of his own dude. You don't get a natural rub. You don't get any natural picks or whatever. Quarterback is just down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch step, whatever, and they're still not ready for the football. It looks so nice, X and A's route and all that, and then a cross with L, and it should just be a much shorter route with B. Even potentially an out route, right? It's like, well, you can hot route this. It's like, yeah, I can. And you can see how L develops as the play goes on. Right, like suddenly he's attacking the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't get a full 7. But yeah, as the play develops. But really, if we 7-step this thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and step. Okay, I thought he was gonna break open more. Yeah, he was breaking open previously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting B when I mean to hit X, but yeah, he's not breaking open like I thought he was. Okay, whatever. Still, don't like it. Don't like it as a base play. Short, out and up. Against Mike Blitz. Let the computer run it. Just a quick 2-yard gain. Like, yeah, the play is definitely, at least in terms of art, look like it's trying to do something here. But it clearly isn't. You're getting pressed at the line. Like, I don't care about the catch, just where's the play going? Like, is that here just throwing the quick out? I mean, fine. But there's a lot of just like, what are we doing here? Again, as a human, you can throw the quick out and he'll catch it, right? And then if it doesn't work, you go like 1, 2, 3. They're bumping and running. They're bumping and running. Right? Okay. And you just be like, oh, I'm gonna throw to Owens. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, that's what I mean by the human play. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step, and we're not getting bumped. And we've got the quick outbreak, and we're just throwing it, and then we're making them pay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step up by time by time. I mean, is that really the goal? They bump and run. You buy a little time. And then you just try to launch it, hopefully having a even better tight end, a faster tight end, a Vernon Davis, a Jeremy Shockey, whoever. Is that really the play? I don't like it. So, pleasantly surprised by slants. Now let's try tight end flat. Computer. I mean, sure, he did what the play did, but who cares? Just space it to Owens. Just like, zoom, 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 throw it to Owens. Like, is that really the play? Computer, do it. It's so boring. No conflicts, nothing interesting. That's why we cut the trash plays. That's why we cut the trash plays. Modified playbook, preview playbook, weak eye formation, goodbye, goodbye, we're keeping you, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Okay, we like that play. So, yeah. Post corner could be interesting. Saw drag could be interesting. Cross under. I think this is a play before slants that we want to look at. And double under. Okay. Alright, we want to look at slant out. We want to look at double under. And then just look at the rest of the plays in general, right? So we know rollout strong and slants are plays we're fine with. Everything else we want to look at. Okay, we want to look at tight end slant out against Mike Blitz. Computer, run it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch, step, and what are we looking at? We've had a press, and everyone's just manned up, and we're just trying to throw this. Yeah, we can just try to beat our man. Is that all we're just trying to do here, I guess? It just doesn't seem bad, it just seems boring. Double under. That's me throwing that because I'm like, seriously, what's wrong with you? Let me throw this. You drop back and I'm like, okay, if you're going to start drifting, as soon as I saw him start to drift, I just pressed the R trigger. I'm like, please just throw this. Seems like the obvious issue. Do I trust the computer to run this play? Hey, it threw it by itself. Nice. Hey, he's going to deliver to Owens. Nice. Okay, I mean, you had Hurst for the easy completion, but... Okay. At least it's a little more interesting, and they're willing to take some shots, so double under is fine. Slant out, I'm not a big fan of. Slot drag. Are you willing to get it to R? You are? Okay. Why are we just forcing balls to Stokes? R's wide open, and you're getting sacked. Going it behind him. I mean, it's not terrible. Okay, cross under. Late in the play, we've got that issue. I don't like the fact that he's not even getting pressed. He just doesn't know how to get off, like get a release. I don't like that this is happening. Yeah, we don't really have the meshy concept that I was hoping for out of this player and this player. I think that one's got to go. So, tight end slant out, gone. Cross under, gone. Let's try flat pressure. Throw to the fullback I like. Pick up 5 yards I like. I like the different layers here. I like attacking here. I like this route combination in play action. This is, in a lot of ways, Spider Y2 2Y banana, right? You put the fullback here. You release the fullback to the flats. You run this play, and you run this combination, both the fullback to the flats, right? Off play action. That's Spider 2Y banana. So this isn't quite it. Still, I like it. Post corner. I like completing the ball. I don't like it when they run into each other. It's not smooth. Badoink. Yeah. This is a reason to get it out of the book. Just they don't understand. It's like you need to use custom playbooks and like put him forward and him back or whatever. Yeah, they keep running into each other. Okay, we said goodbye. We said okay, okay, goodbye, okay, goodbye. And a few more to go. Oh, I didn't want to play a game. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's play a game. Let's do it live. Give us the ball. Return the middle. Not press anything on the controller. Just let the computer run these plays. Just do it live. Get live game reps, folks. Sutherland, what are you going to do with the ball? You're going to get past the 20? Okay, that's good. We're going to have, what? Coaching strategies, offensive audibles. Okay, we're going to say power toss and weak toss as my triggers. L and R as my triggers. Okay, we're going to have run up the gut as A. Fullback to the left is X. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and we're going to have trap there. So we're going to run this formation. We're going to have all of those run plays. Run to the middle, run to the right, run to the left, pitches, all that stuff. Pitches get stitches. And so we're going to call double under. We're going to flip the play so that the wide receivers are to the field. They're up in the box. Jeff, what do you got? Taking the shot, and you got the completion with the broken tackle. Let's go. You know what we want? We want to go to settings. We want to go to camera view. We want to go to user defined. All right, we're going to go here. We've done double under. Now we're going to go slot drag. In your face. Too high? Let's go. We're going to flip it. And so we've had double under. We've had slot drag. We're going to run slot drag again because we're going to actually snap this ball into it. You going to block for me? Let's go. So intense. How do you like that angle, huh? We get the ball, and we're like this, and you got like that lead blocker, and we're basically the camera angle is like that. I didn't juke as hard as I wanted to, but let's go. Okay. Can we try slot drag now? Because I think we've done double under, which is what we hit.
First and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line. The 49ers line up with two backs behind the quarterback. Gets rid of it, and he finds the open man.
So intense. Quarterback threw it. I controlled after he caught the catch.
And for as good a run as that was, you know that he wanted it all. Well, he just ran out of juice.
Yep, the computer threw it. And then I just took over as a user after that. Flat pressure, 18 yards. We're trying to get 3 different guys into the end zone. I like it.
First and 10. Four linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Gets rid of it.
Let's go in the end zone. TD. Again, we're dropping back, and it's like that's the idea. Like, we have approximately this camera view, and you can see the safeties, right? You can see the safety, you can see the safety. As you're dropping back, you see the safety. And it's just so much action here, right? And it follows it, like, you see the safety play, you see the safety come up, right? The safety's abandoned. So as you're dropping back and you see it, like, if the safety comes up, you should have X. And there he goes. And it's like, boom, delivered. Let's go. The plays work, folks. And just like that, we just stormed down the field. Stokes with 2 big-time plays.
And it's on its way, and he steps on the extra point. And so they're able to move the ball the distance and punch it into the end zone.
I think the whole team's happy after that one. You're probably telling the defense to get him the ball back so he can go score again.
Time to play some defense.
He sends it off.
I love this. Watch. In the action, the return camera. This is basically the camera they give you in like NCAA 2008 for the kick returns. All right, they're going to go empty. Depth chart. We want to have Kiefer, which means left side. We're going to have Carter. We're going to have Engelberger. Okay. Defensive tackles. We're going to have Stubblefield and Young switch. What? I want Stubblefield and Young to switch. I want Ulbrich to be replaced with Winborn. Replaced with Peterson. So that Ulbrich's here. Ulbrich's here. Winborn. Winborn is backing up. Peterson and Ulbrich. So linebacker blitz. Someone's going to be uncovered. It's Marshall Falk.
Two extra defensive backs. The defense is in the dime. Falk, man in motion, looking downfield. Flips it out there.
Nickel. Manlock.
Second down and 10 to go.
That's what I wanted. Substitutions. No. Depth chart. That's why I was fine with it. Okay. I got it now. Everything's fine.
To the player on the field. Only one man in the backfield. He's looking to pass. With the pass. Slips the tackle.
It's just so exciting to see that camera angle. There's their screenplay. Their screenplay works, huh? Yeah, that's the front that I'm looking for.
That's 1st and 10. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. They'll go with a pass. Passes it. Number 42 was the intended receiver.
We're playing nose tackle Dana Stubblefield.
43.
Heard he has off the field, real life, post career grape accusations. So, regardless, we've got a former defensive player of the year back in the 90s, and still an incredible nose tackle.
And we're back. 4-man front this time. Man in motion. Hands it off.
And we just about user, and we did user. We user tackled and then user broke tackled here. We could hit the right trigger, got in his face as the nose, and Marshall Falk was like, nope. And then we just kept playing, and then we got the user tackle on top of the user tackle. I'm glad you like the camera angle, Asuka. That's what I was messing with. Let's go flip, 2-man under.
6 to go. Four linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively.
We're going to spin, left trigger.
They'll go with the pass. Passes it short. Just can't find a way to bring that off.
I called that spin and it worked as we were here. I knew that from this alignment that we would want the spin. And it totally worked to get off the block. Plus we've been using the R trigger, so using like alternating it so we're not showing them the same pass rushing move. And now we've got ourselves a 4th down situation. It's so exciting to return kicks and punts and to run the football and all of that. It's a real exciting angle to mess with.
And we'll see if they can move the ball as well.
Okay, so is it going to have us left hash mark or is it just going to be in the middle of the field? Flat pressure, we scored a touchdown on. Double outs.
So they have first.
Yeah, the middle of the field. Too high.
Looks like he's changing the play. 4-man front this time. Looking to turn it upfield.
Dave, you got to finish the block, bro. I knew Dave didn't finish the block. Like, as we went out there. I'm like, even with this angle, I'm like, I'm following 40. Dave, finish the block, bro. You were doing so good in practice. Like that, or let me run behind Dave, right? But I'm trusting Dave to do something while I'm following 40. So especially, like, I know I don't have Garrison Hurst's eyes. Like, Hurst is literally blocking my vision a little bit. Otherwise, I would have hit right trigger to juke back in. But it's like, okay, fine. I'm trusting Dave. Do your job. Kick out with 81. And then follow Fred. Just follow drop dead Fred. Potentially cut off of Owens. Right?
So let's pick up the action.
Oh, it could have been a big time play if Dave did his job. Okay. Sending the receivers to that part of the field. Let's go slot out. Yeah, slot out.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on their own 25.
Stokes could be a big time threat here.
4 linemen and 3 linebackers.
Coming up in the box. Safety alert. Drop back, Jeff.
To his left. Knocked down.
And you didn't take advantage of that. You didn't swing it out. Like, you didn't throw the swing. I know you had pressure. But if you're dropping back, drop back Jeff, right? You know the blitz is coming. Swing it out. Oh my goodness. It says it looks like the same camera angle they'd later use in Superstar mode. Yeah, but fun and not like locked into looking in certain directions. Exactly. Tight end corner.
They need 5.
Call a pass, kill the run. They're in nickel. They're in nickel.
Back in this time. Changing the play now. The 49ers using motion.
Get set. Call out the blocks. Pitchy pitchy.
And we stop.
And what went wrong there? We got a little pitchy pitch. We got a block. We got a block. Maybe I should have followed him more. I'm just, as the runner and like with this vision, I'm seeing kick out. And we didn't get the kick out. Because a kick out and split would be nice. Right? But we didn't even get the kick out. Oh well, 4th and 4. It's punty time.
4th and 4.
Maybe we shouldn't have called that. We should have just called like the wham version, and let this be a kick out to the tight end. It's probably the better call. But hey, it is what it is. We live and learn and get better, right?
Baker is back to punt. Wilkins lines up deep for the punt return. So the offense takes over, still trying to figure out this defense.
All right.
So we're in 1st and 10 here. Warner sends a man in motion. On the run, and he's brought down.
All right. So here we definitely need to like have 3 to the left. We need to have these 2 guys eat the blocks, so that we still have a defender that can come off and make a tackle against a weak side run, / give you the opportunity to be unblocked as you strafe. Now, the guard gets off and still slightly blocks us, but we're still able to track the ball carrier. And I like Ulbricht's tracking here, knowing that he doesn't have to go straight down for the tackle. So, yeah, that's the pinch instead of anything else. Obviously, Derek Smith is left covered because of our defensive line. So, with everyone else eating blocks, that lets Derek Smith flow and make a nice clean tackle, and it's really nice. As a user, I take it and try to get off the block, and then I just hold sprint, and I'm just trying to get myself in the play and not give up on the play. 2nd and 10, 3 wide, nickel, man lock, press, kick to the right, pinch the linebackers. Ooh, nice moves,
Peterson takes him down.
It's a draw, and I'm literally like trying to fill this strong side A gap, and I use the right trigger, and that basically kind of causes him to change direction. But maybe I should try to shed to the weak side. In the future, I need to consider that, because we've got the overhang, we've got Bryant Young, and then we've got fillers here. So maybe I should be the weak side A gap.
1 yard to go.
Yeah, I'm going to weak side A gap.
The backs are lined up in line. Dropping back, passes it out to the left.
Nice conversion.
The 49. And he picks
God, it looks so exciting. You really feel like you're part of the action. Instead of far away, like a God angle, and just going like this, and just going, oh, I'm just going to X's and O you. You really feel like you're involved in it. So, yeah, I'm going to attack the weak A. And in so doing, boom, so nice. So satisfying. And seeing Ulbricht come over, get involved, and get a nice clean tackle. It said the superstar camera angle on defense wasn't very good. I couldn't see where the ball was going on medium and deep passing plays. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I really like the static version. Right?
First and 10.
Weak A gap.
Field this time, using motion. Surveying the field. Passes left. He hits it.
Nice completion.
Brings him down at the 38-yard line.
People are all over. As a user, I'm just proud of weak A gapping. Trusting Bryant is going to strong A gap, so we're weak A gapping. We get off the block, and we're just trying our best, you know? Just fed that ball right between the two defenders.
And we go back to the game.
Zero complaints about that, huh?
Warner sends a man in motion.
Now we're going to pinch and weak A gap.
Ball to carry it. Loses one tackle. And the defender
Good, good, good.
at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 6. I mean, they picked up 4. Tried to spin out. But yeah, the 3 down linemen here. Boom, boom, boom. Keeping Ulbrich clean as a linebacker. And while he gets popped, he's smiling like, oh, I got hit. No. Let's go. You just really feel the action like this.
On the 35-yard line.
Weak A, weak A. Come on. Okay, team. You gotta help us out here. Stay in nickel. Man lock. Kick to the tight end side. We're gonna pinch down.
Only one man in the backfield. Bronson records the tackle at the 23. He couldn't find much running room there.
And yeah, our goal was not to go left even though the ball was going that way. We're just trying to clog up 61 and 67, clog up any lanes so Marshall Falk can't run up the middle on us. And then it was up to the rest of our teammates to finish it off. Ooh, what a great cutback by Marshall.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
Taking off, setting the edge. Just a solid cutback. Nice clean tackle by Tony Parrish. We're going to do fireman.
Third and maybe 1. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Still, weak A.
Searching for a save.
Let's go. Nice cover 0 blitz. Coverage and tackle by Derek Smith.
You take what the defense is going to give you. That time, they wouldn't give him an inch.
Do I have it set up where you are actually hearing the audio straight from the device? Yes, we do. Fantastic. Okay. God, that felt good. Kicked out. Linebackers kicked like this. The blitz here. Love it. Eating blocks, keeping him free, and then having team defense. Field goal safe man. Don't let him fake it on us. For some reason, it doesn't go to the camera angle and kicks. It says only run and pass plays.
The kick is up. The attempt is good. So the drive concludes with a field goal.
10-play drive, 4 yards per play, for the good and the bad. Like 4, 8, 12, like you're going to move the chains. 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12, right? But then they came up short.
Sutherland fields it cleanly. The 49ers take over on offense at the
All right.
9-yard line.
Slot out we've seen. Tight end corner we haven't seen. Maybe we're just going to run the ball, but we'll find out. We can still pass on this, especially with A. Jeff, what do you got? Drop back, Jeff. You going to do it? You're going to throw it? You are. We're going to get those yards to Eric. Is Eric hurt on one completion? Eric, are you hurt? The way he was rolling on the ground looked like he was hurt. Okay, you're getting up. You're good to go. Great. Okay, well, tight end corner worked. Let's get double outs. 4 of 5 passing.
The quarterback lines up with 2 options behind him. They'll go with a pass. Garcia with the throw. He hits
Well, I mean, it worked, I guess. As he looks, and he just sees the little zone action, throws a little bit behind. Still not a fan of the play. Let's go double under. It was the first play we called. Let's go back to it.
2nd and 5. Ball on their own 39.
See, they're all manned up. That's why we want
And 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Ball
to
on
try
their own
here. No, we want to try the fullback run. There you go, Suka. There's your Coon play. I know it's not to Coon himself, but there's your fullback. You're too far out of position to do something on the fullback run. Just get to the guy that's close to the line of scrimmage, and you don't have a chance. And the rest of my guys just drive forward, and we get a bunch of yards. There's that little hot audible. And let's do a little slot drag action, shall we? See if we can get Owens on the slot drag.
on their own 43.
And let's just go to that fullback dive again, right?
Looks like he's changing the play. With the carry.
And is he short? It looks like he just ran into guys. Yeah, they got thrown back in his lap, huh? Almost came up short. It's called flat pressure.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 45. 4-man front this time. Garcia directing traffic. Beasley in motion. Tosses it back. Hurst looking for room. And he's
I hit the wrong trigger. I hit the right trigger instead of the left trigger. But that was fun to run. That was fun to just take the ball and see 78 and 40. And see a block and see a block. And if I'd only hit the left trigger instead of the right trigger and bounced it back inside. Let's try flat pressure again.
Ball right around midfield. Four linemen and 3 linebackers lined up defensively. Calling it audible. He takes it away. Duncan brought him down for his 3rd tackle. He might have gotten a yard or 2.
That guy got knocked around by that defense. He needs a little protection from his lineman.
We're still trying flat pressure. Just thought we would try the good old fullback dive. Still not in love with it. See how it goes.
Back to the game. Looks like he's calling it audible. Garcia with split backs. Searching for a save. On the carry. Williams.
Just got to move those chains, right? They shift away. They're lined up, manned up here. They want to shift away. We're going to pitch. We're not even going to move the fullback. We're just gonna pitch it. 60, 40. I could sprint, right? I can just go here and then sprint the corner. But the goal is to not just rely on sprint, but to actually earn our yards on the ground. And you said Kuhn was actually our starting halfback for a while in 2010. That's how good he was. Yeah, if you've just got a good physical runner of the football, I mean, my understanding is that's what Peyton Hillis was a fullback for the Broncos, and then ended up becoming a halfback for the Browns. Like, if you've got a good enough runner, he just becomes your starting runner. That's the same thing that's happening here with Mike Allstott with Tampa Bay. Is he's a halfback in this game, and then Michael Pittman is the third down running back. Right, the first and second down is A-Train, and then third down passing situations, Pittman comes in. Let's again go flat pressure because we haven't actually snapped the pass like that, right? And we still probably aren't the way they're shifting. And the power of the pitch. If they're just going to give the power of the pitch to our run game, we're going to take it, right? They're going to shift away and everything. We don't even need to move the fullback. There's just something fun about this camera angle and running the ball, right? Like, by the time we get it, it's like this, and we just see 60 and 40 as our blockers, and we see a jersey, and we're just like here, and we're just trying to hit them with the juke, and we pick up 9 yards without even sprinting. And again, we're going to try flat pressure because we haven't actually snapped the ball. We've huddle called it, but not snapped it. And they're still lining up to protect against it. And this time we're going to go a little different. Instead of just pitch, we're going to ask Dave to lead block for us. Right, Dave? There we go. So we're just not predictable running only pitches. Now we're at 26-yard line and going. Flat pressure is causing problems for that defensive coordinator. And there we go. Now he's not respecting us. And we're going to snap it. Let Jeff throw it. What do you got, Jeff? What do you see, Jeff? Do you see Stokes? What do you see? What do you see, Jeff? You saw Stokes. It took you a while. You bought time. So I said, do you see Stokes early? Because it looked like we potentially had a touchdown shot right here. Especially the way the safety was drifting to the tight end. They got 3 guys on the tight end. And just fire a bullet, Jeff. Like, user? That's why I said, do you see Stokes? Like, just user, I'm just watching it. I'm like, you see Stokes? Like, right now, I would just hold that X button to throw it to Stokes, but I'm not, because I'm letting the computer do it, and it's like, okay, it doesn't see it. I'm like, what do you see, Jeff? The tight end's coming back to you. What do you see, Jeff? And he still got something. It's good, it's good. 8 yards. Okay, now we're going to flip this play up, and we're going to have the tight end come off the field. We're going to call slants, and we're going to have Ty Streets be a potential target here out to the flats. And that is who he throws to. And he gets the touchdown, and he gets rocked. And yet we get a holding play. Throwing it late. And still got it to Mr. Third Down, huh? Just 3-step, drop it and toss it. Human user 3-step and just toss it to get the touchdown. Right? Doop, doop, doop. Toss it now. Right? And he's like, oh, I don't know if I want to throw to Owens, who's wide open also. I guess I'll just make it a complicated jumping hospital ball. That physical body sacrifice that he made, he still couldn't do it. 18 yards plus the 10 yards of the end zone. We've got 28 yards of football field to work with. Two, three, four, five, and then sacked. Run it back. We had first and goal from the 8, and now we're like at the 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step up. And almost an interception.
Nothing fancy there. Don't even give it
Run it back. Who cares? Who cares? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Who cares? User control. 1, 2, 3. Throw it to Owens. Touchdown. Middle fingers. User play. If the computer won't do it, then the user will do it. Double middle fingers. F at 81 down there somewhere. F at 81 down there somewhere. Points!
He sends this one toward the end zone. Murphy will return this one. St. Louis needs 2 scores to get back into
So that's the thing. We're calling a lot of cover 2. They've got lots of weapons, so we need both safeties to help us out. Press. Send the line like that. Pinch the linebackers. Stubblefield's got weak A gap. And say we are going to come out with 6 in the box. And basically, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 here, 2 linebackers here, and treating Andre Carter as a down on the ground third linebacker, like a 3-3 nickel of sorts, and just cover those gaps and cover them properly. That's why I said I'm always going to be weak A. As the nose, I've got weak A. And by covering weak A, that means I'm on the guard, which leaves Peterson uncovered. And he takes care of business. Let's go, Julian. Man lock, press, line, pinch linebackers. Weak A. Nearly picked off. Let's go. I mean, there was an opportunity to attack the strong A, but I said I'm not going to give up my gap responsibilities. Even he was like releasing. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to weak A this thing. I'm actually twisting with Engelberger. Right? Not that he's like going to scramble weak side, but we're sealing our gaps, right? Staying gap sound football. Bro was like cut block against Carter, giving Warner time to throw. But we're just staying here. 4 defenders, 3 receivers. Right? 2 defenders, 2 receivers. Let's go. Fight and be physical out there, folks. With Mike Rumpf and everything. Now we're going to be Peterson. Falk is the guy that we need to observe as we drop back into a middle hook. Where's Falk going to go? So I'm not even on the screen, but I'm just trying my best. I can't see myself on the screen, but I'm just trying to use linebacker shuffle and slide to the side of Marshall Falk. Like I see Falk over here, and he's the guy that we need to be aware of. If he tries to leak out or whatever I see. And then when the ball is thrown, like I got picked up on the block. But that just means 26 is out there. But 82 was just dying to get a blind shot on this linebacker. Peterson's like, who is you? Who you is? Who you think you is? Hey. Bro, 82? You think he's not, like, Peterson's not going to come for you extra hard next time? It's too bad you didn't get that moment of Chad Johnson trying to do that to Ray Lewis. But Ray Lewis was just like a brick wall, and Johnson, like, almost got a concussion just trying to block Ray Lewis. Okay, just fair catch it. Okay, double out I don't have a lot of faith in, but we're going to try it for the second time today. Apparently we're going to run the ball, though. Get outside. Ooh, nice pursuit. Nice pursuit. Get our lead blockers and then the multiple defenders. And they pick it up, huh? Yeah, we're going to have to use that Dave Fiore run. They're clamping down on that pitch. I think I want to give Slot out another try. Especially in this circumstance where they're not respecting Owens one-on-one. Just press A, let the computer handle it. He doesn't know what he's doing. That's the same issue we've had. Right? Like, he's just unsure. He's unwilling to throw this pass. He's unwilling to just drop back and flick it out here to the flats. He's just kind of unsure, which is the reason why we're testing these plays, right? Okay, let's go bunch like that. And we saw cross-up was working. Will cross-up continue to work? Bunch left. Owen Street, Stokes. Computer controlled. Launching. Nice completion to JJ. To Muda Chain, Muda Chain, Muda Chain. All right, let's go split back 3 wide receivers. Let's do wide receiver quick out. Especially we got 2 wide receivers to the field. We got a split backs pass formation. What are they going to do? Step back to throw. And getting the ball to Owens. Is that going to move the chains or is it going to be second and inches? Where's the ball versus his body? Second and inches it is. But now that we're on the right hash, we're going to go to weak eye. And we're going to try roll out strong, which was working in practice. And we're going to run the ball with Dave Fiore leading the way. Dave, what do you got? We don't have any edge. We got penalty. Got enough to convert, but we got the penalty, huh? Second and 9. Let's pick that slants play. We got a little scissor action here. We got a little high-low with the tight end and the back. Owens should have something. Okay, as a user, we could throw it, but we're going to let the computer do it. Drop back. Wait. Throw it. He does throw it. He does complete it. Under pressure. Let's go. 30 yards to T.O. Would have thrown it sooner, but thought we were going to get sacked on that. Steps up into it and delivers. I think zigzag is too deep. I think we're just going to try slants. You going to throw it to Streets? Step back. This time you do. And it doesn't say out of bounds. Looks like we just got some yards here, right? We got some nice little 6 yards. A little 5-step instead of a 3-step. Little uncontested. Obviously, we've got a potential touchdown here, but we'll take it. And then slot drag doesn't seem like it's what we want. Looks like we want double under in this context. We might be run out of bounds with Owens, but we'll see what it's like. And Owens is unable to hang on to the ball. And it was really just an easy little drive here to Johnson. He could have just tossed it to Johnson and walked in. But instead he threw the contested ball to T.O. But that's not the only play we have for this situation. Double outs could be, but the rollout strong could be. Right? That's where we could get a little look like we're slanting with Stokes and then whip it back out. Actually slant with Owens. What you got? What you got, Jeff? There you go with the underneath check to the fullback, getting the fullback involved in the passing game. Let's go. Points. Just drop back in the little angle. The little pass that could.
It's on its way, and it picks on the extra point. And the coaching staff is happy.
All right, that is satisfying set of real life situations. So let's go back to create a playbook, offense, offensive playbook. What are your thoughts and observations on those drives? Did we not score? I think we punted once? Yeah, we punted once. Right? Yeah. Modified playbook. All of these worked. Double outs I'm not in love with. We scored a touchdown here. Slot out was a play to cut. Rollout strong scored. All of those were good. Slants we didn't get to see so much, but he did hit a good shot with slants. Tight end corner was not the one we scored on, but I think it was good. Double outs I'm not in love with. But let's take a look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plays. Of those plays, we've got 3, 4, 5 runs. So, what do we want? First, we're going to save the book. Okay. Then we're going to modify the book. Then I believe Toss Week and Power Toss are just kind of going to exist somewhere in the book as audibles, as potential audibles. Run up the middle. What do we want as like some base quick plays? I don't know how much we're going to really use outs. It's a play to come back to later. And I think tight end corner is a play to come back to later and see how good either of these are with the run up the middle. And then we can do toss weak and power toss here. Flat pressure there. I am wondering, what if we did that? Toss, flat pressure. Is that a middle play that we want? Double outs right there. Because one of the things that I'm thinking is like that, like, if we have like double green box, single green box, double green box, and then some blue plays or whatever. And then I'm wondering, do we do that? Do that? We start with some pass plays. We've got the tosses. Got the fullback dive in the trap. Right. Just thinking here. Double outs is a play that we want to try. We want to try it in a game situation a little bit more. Don't love it. Might cut it. Don't know what we're going to replace it with because I don't like messing up the order of the plays. But slants kind of works. I mean, I'm on the verge of cutting it. I don't know. It can work. Double under was solid. I think these are all fine. Like it, I like it, I like it. So, I don't want to start another giant project, and we're getting close to lunchtime, so I'm going to need to cut this thing off. But if we're here, the formation I'm not in love with is the bunch, the 3x1 bunch. More specifically, like how we only have like the 6 plays, right? We only got run inside, run outside that we can't flip because it's not Madden 2004. We've got the cross up, the quick out, the deep post, the deep threats, and the runs. Seems rather limited. Left hash split backs 3 wide receivers. Right hash weak twins I. Right? We have 5 out of 11 sets. 54 plays. I don't really want to use far. We could use goal line, though I don't even care. I still like having 2 wide receiver or 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver kind of goal line. I formation 3 wide. Is there any reason to go I form 3 wide versus the split backs 3 wide? And I don't think so. Right? We got cross in, dive, blast. One of the advantages is we can run in either direction because of the fullback, right? And I don't think there are any weak eye 3 wide receiver sets. Right, like we have split backs 3 wide receivers, but I don't think we have like weak eye 3 wide receivers. I think we've seen strong eye 3 wide receivers, but not the weak eye version. I don't really care about weak eye normal right now, especially without any true zone runs. It's fine. It could be a play that we're going to develop later, but is there anything more creative? And this is the formation we've been running. Before we get to like normal ass plays, right? Like weak eye normal and strong eye normal. And before we mess with any of that. Like split back twins. We just done weak eye twins. Is there any advantage to going split back twins for us? Right. The fullback weak dive. Halfback weak dive. No. The sweep. No. The eye normal. The strong eye normal, no. I mean, they're all good formations. Like I like to use them. But is there a specific one that sticks out to me as like, this is the next formation we want to work on today? Not even today, but like in future videos. Split backs normal is interesting as well. Just the tight end version. Yeah, here's that fullback belly I mentioned earlier where you can get the halfback leading for you. But if I start doing split backs normal, I'm going to do eye normal and strong eye and all those normals and split back normals and all that. Is there any real advantage to sending the wide receivers to the boundary that we're not already getting out of weak eye? And I don't think so. Twin tight end is just a personnel decision. And again, this is a formation that's fun to use in Madden 14. Madden 03, less so. Right, this is the formation we're using. We're already using one of those. I don't care about single back big or single back 4 wide receivers. Is there any reason to use this as opposed to the weak eye twins? And again, I don't think so. Any meaningful advantage or route combination? And there's just regular eye stuff. Run balanced, pass balanced. Eye formation. Do they have more things? I don't like the counters. Eye normal, skipping that for now. Eye twins. Don't really see much. The gun I'm not interested in right now. I'm really not interested in gun because this game doesn't have any inside zone or any quality run plays out of the gun. Single back, 4 wide, 0 interest. We already used this formation. Split backs through our receivers we're already using. Split backs normal can be for a future video. Gun stuff, single back big, twin. Okay, more single back stuff is like Madden 14 kind of stuff for me to some degree. Is there a reason we're going twin wide receiver or twin tight ends as receiving threats? I like using my fullback. I love using my fullback, especially in these older games. So I don't really think I want too much single back. We have got 2-3 formations already. Where else can we use our fullback? I think we're just going to, the next stage is using the remaining plays for those classic, like, strong eye, like, regular weak eye, regular split backs. I don't know, those kinds of things. Yep, I think that's where we're going to call it quits. Just a few minutes shy of 3.5 hours. Might come back online later, though I do have university homework I need to work on. I might work on university homework while streaming our 17 franchise. But either way, I'm going to talk to my wife about what we want to do for lunch, because it is 12:30 my time. I have had a wonderful morning with y'all. It began at 9 o'clock. Coffee, Madden, chatting, tactics, gameplay. What a great morning. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I might see you later.